That sets up Braden River, first and 10 on the Tiger 25-yard line.
Braden River not missing a beat so far with that one.
Fenwick again around the left side, gain of about 9.
Palmetto defense, they have scored 3 times.
Knowledge McDaniel, number 15, on the carry after direct snap. First down for Braden River.
99. Oh, Matt White.
That's going to make it first and goal from just inside the 10-yard line.
Get him. Knowledge McDaniel.
Number 15, Knowledge McDaniel again on the carry.
Wow.
It's down around the left side for a short gain. Tackle by number 5, Derek Braden.
All right, 9 minutes and 44 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Braden River driving at 2nd 8. Brian Jag is in the shotgun formation. Fenwick in the backfield looking at the sideline, checking off. Be aware of Travis Toby, number 28, coming out of there from the tight end spot. Knowledge McDaniel wide. They run it right up the middle with Fenwick. He goes for a nice gain on the play of about 4 yards. That'll bring up a 3rd and about 3.
Yeah, Brian, Braden River in the opening drive, it's been a heavy dose of Deshaun Fenwick, the South Carolina commit. Number 2, you'll see a lot of him tonight. He reminds me of, if you put 29 on him with some goggles, he's 6'2", about 220. Reminds me of Eric Dickerson the way he runs if you look at him.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell why he's a D1 prospect, guys. I mean, right now he's having his way with this Tiger defense.
So big play here for this Palmetto Tiger defense. 3rd and 3. 8 minutes 56 on the clock here in the first quarter. Braden River's been driving, been an easy drive. Brian Jag is not back there. It's going to be Knowledge McDaniel taking this out of the Wildcat. He's got that, goes left-hand side. We might have had a false start on there, so that's going to back him up. Let's see how the referees sort this one out. You know, that's one of the dangers that you have, guys, when you go to a Wildcat quarterback with the snap count, the cadence. We've seen that in college football. We saw Tennessee have some issues there, but that's a really big play. Takes a 3rd and 3 back to a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, that might be the gift we needed here to put them in a 3rd and long, Rick.
Yeah, we just got to buckle down here on defense and stay disciplined. I mean, when you've got Knowledge back there and Fenwick, I mean, both these guys are 208, and both of them are powerful, and you just got to maintain that line of scrimmage, guys.
And they're putting number 49, which is Big Zach Smith, a 225-pound H-back on the right-hand side. And they run left with Knowledge McDaniel wide open, and he's going to be tackled there. Solid tackle, but he's got the touchdown.
Yeah, pretty easy pickings for Braden River. Their game last week against Venice, another top team in 7A. You know, there was 800 or 900 yards of offense, and our defense is going to have to figure out some way to slow them down if we're going to stay in this big district game for the Tigers tonight.
Yeah, no doubt, Kenny. I mean, we're looking at an offensive line that's averages about 290 here, guys. They're powerful. They're huge, and right now they're blowing us off the ball.
Now the snap is being waited for there, And it's a kick. Brett Thomas got his foot into this one, and it is up and good. So really easy pickings here for the Braden River offense. They're up 7-0 with 8 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Well, I think the important thing this year is that offensively, we come out here and we get something going, Kenny. We got to get it going early. We've got to match them score for score, just like Venice did last week, and then Venice was able to pull that off with just a couple minutes to go.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we broke the streak earlier with Manatee. We've got a little streak with these guys. They have mercy ruled us the last 2 times, 35-0, and they have outscored us 108-14 in the last 3 games.
Now, one thing we've seen reviewing this, we have noticed that the kicker doesn't have a strong leg, Brett Thomas. He kicks it extremely short and high, so this is going to be a good situation. Herman White is back there, and
Brian, I think they've listened to you or they've watched film, because they're standing on about the 17-yard line.
Right.
Unheard of in high school football.
Well, a lot of times they'll kick it over there to the up back on this side at the 25, which is Jonte Wester. You know, and Jonte can really make some things happen there. So Toma approaches the ball. It's a very short, high pooch kick, and that's going to be Jonte Wester. He's got it. He's got the edge up the middle, and he's expecting the 40. The 48-yard line, and that's really something. Reviewing film, I was looking for that right there.
Yeah, and we just have to take advantage of that, guys. I mean, if we can continue to pick up good field position, then offensively we have to come out and we have to execute, Kenny. We got to make it count, and that's what has really hurt us the last 3 years. Is offensively we just could not get anything going against this Pirate defense.
Absolutely.
Now,
LaJonte gave us some great field position.
Yeah, ball started at the 48, and we're going to have Marino back there in the shotgun. He's got a bunch formation, 4 receivers out here in a diamond on the left-hand side of the field, and he's got Spicer out there wide to the right. He's got a motion there, and it's jet sweep, and he's got the edge, cuts it up the middle of the field, and that's going to be a Dravian Butler for about a 5-yard run.
You know, anything, just looking at what Venice did to him last week, should help them open the playbook this week on what they can do. I don't think we've ever seen them come out in the formation with that diamond look.
No, I haven't seen that. Very interesting play, and good to see Dravian Butler back there, and you can see his speed. Now Osborne, the big tight end, is in the slot out here, and he's got Trey Goodman over here with him, and Spicer's out there. Osborne's in motion across the formation, and there's a handoff of Dravian Butler. He cuts it inside, and he's going to be scrambles forward for about a 2.5, 3-yard gain. So that's going to bring up about a 3rd and about 5.
Well, guys, I'm looking at the fact that this is probably one of the smaller defensive lines that Braden River has had in a while, and offensively we've got to take advantage of that. We've got to blow them off the ball. We've got 3 great running backs that we can throw in there and keep them fresh. We just got to open up a couple of gaps here for them.
All right, so a big play here, 3rd and 5. Clock down to 6:58. Marino taking this one out of the shotgun. Butler in the backfield with him. Spicer in motion. Marino looks, checks down, throws a nice throw behind Jason Spicer, and that's going to be an incomplete pass.
So a good start, and it looks like Spicer's hurt. Spicer is looks like he's in a lot of pain, guys. Was holding his hamstring. Not going to try to speculate,
yeah,
but
we're already banged up coming into this game. We lost John Bembry for the season to he's got surgery next week on his knee, and big Jesse West anchoring that left tackle and the captain of our offensive line. He's out for 3 to 4 weeks. They're hoping to have him back at Venice, but we've got our kicker who was hurt last week. He looked good pregame, Brian.
Yeah, and it's been really a rough season. You know, one of the things that happened too, we have an outstanding defensive or offensive tackle here on the JV squad with the injury to Jesse West. You know, tonight we're making some changing on the left-hand side of the line. And for those of you that didn't know that, we want to pause and take a moment to recognize the name of Jorge Liberto. Jorge was a standout offensive lineman on the JV team, and he'd be seeing action tonight at the left tackle position for our Tigers. Tragically, Jorge was on the Highway 62 on the way to pick up his mother Maria a couple days before Hurricane Irma arrived here on the Sun Coast, and he was involved in a terrible accident. He tragically died, and we're going to greatly miss calling out Jorge's name tonight in the action and on the field here, and our thoughts and prayers are out with his family tonight.
you guys, and this doesn't look real good here as we look at Spicer being assisted off the field.
He's
left leg injury. You know, he had to try to stop quickly, and the ball was thrown a little behind him and a little low. He tried to reach down there and get it, and his cleats got caught in the turf, and he wasn't able to slide out of it.
That looks like that might be a knee now. Manriquez is going to punt this one from the 40-yard line. Osborne, a beautiful snap. Manriquez hits a beautiful punt. Knowledge McDaniel. Got
it.
Ball's on the ground. The Palmetto Tigers have it.
That's great hustle by special team.
Just what the doctor ordered. My goodness. He hung that thing up there in the lights, and Knowledge had a hard time seeing it, and probably hasn't seen anything like that, a punt like that. And he just coughed it up, and just what the doctor ordered, guys.
Here, you know, that one was up on the top of the lights up there, and Knowledge McDaniel in the position just inside the 10-yard line. Do I field this one or do I not field this? So a perfectly placed punt by Manriquez. Great snap by Osborne. Ball came back there with a tight spiral, fast. Manriquez gets out there quickly. So now Braden Rivers going to have to start this one coming off the 9-yard line.
And hopefully, guys, this will be the spark that the Tigers need to really get motivated here. I mean, there are no excuses. We're going to miss Spicer. Next man has to step up and take his place, and we've got to execute. And I'm really looking for the offensive line to manhandle this D-line of Braden Rivers. They can do it. Like I said earlier, this is not the biggest D-line we face against Braden River, and we just got to take advantage of it here. But we just got to stay down and keep on our blocks, Kenny. I mean, if we can block them and move them off the line of scrimmage, these backs will get the yardage we need to make this a competitive game and win it.
We may have to grind this thing out without Spicer. You have to keep an eye on him if you're a defensive coordinator. So yes, you're right. Next man up, but we may have to alter our game plan here a little bit.
All right, so
I think we have a TV timeout, Brian.
We got a TV timeout there. Boy, I hope that Bill Brett up on the camera's got a good look at that one there, and that's one that they had a chance, a great kick, and McDaniel was in an awkward position back there. That's when you're right on the 10-yard line. Do you let it go into the end zone? And got in the hang time of the punt, he got to think about it for what, 4.5 seconds. You know, Kenny, I remember you kicking him like that. And so great things for this Palmetto Tiger offense. I look for him to really. We've seen Butler, Dravian Butler, Rick in here, and you know Elijah Davis and Johnny Jones here. So I expect to see Elijah and Johnny Jones, and then perhaps some jet sweep action. You know, we're going to replace Spicer. Probably Jonte Wester is going to go over there and play that receiver. So really some positive things can happen here.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see, you know, situational running, taking these backs that we have and taking that specialty that they each possess. You know, we know the quickness and the cutting ability of Bubba. We know that that Johnny loves just to put his head down and just run over you, and we know that EJ gives you a little bit of both of those qualities.
All right, we're going to take it to Tom Porter on the sideline. I think we're going to get to Tom after this series, but big change of events here. Marino's going to take this one out of the shotgun. Eric Porter's out there at left tackle, and we're in that diamond position again. There's Butler across the formation, and this time he stayed. Beautiful play call. Love it, love it, love it. Butler goes for the touchdown to the half-yard line there. Yeah, so he's going to be down at the half-yard line, so that's going to bring up a second and a half yard. What do you think about that call by Ty?
I mean, that's an excellent call, and you know what? That's something that we have not seen anything close to it this year, with the running back goes in motion and then stops and takes that little outside pass. We have not seen that, so now we see a new wrinkle. We were hoping to see some different play calling tonight and kind of, you know, mess with the defensive psyche.
They've been setting all this stuff up just for this game. Beautiful. Great call by Coach Marino. We got to punch it in, gentlemen.
We've got Johnny Jones.
Johnny Jones in the backfield. Hard running Johnny Jones. Marino takes this one, hands it off Johnny Jones, and he's in for the score.
Yeah, and that's a big score, gentlemen. That's a big score for us.
You know how big it is? It's the first time we've scored against them in 3 years. So we got us a ball game. We matched them. Now we got to figure out how to stop them.
So with 6 minutes and 5 seconds, your Palmetto Tigers trail this one 7-6. But Manriquez is out there. We're going to tie things up. Anthony Marino is going to take the snap on this, and Andrew Duncan, very solid linebacker, long snappers out there to get the snap. So the kick is up, and it is good. So your Palmetto Tigers have this one knotted up. Now let's get down to Tom. Try to get down to Tom Porter on the sideline, but see his perspective, what he was able to see down there on the field. Ken, what did you think about that series?
Oh, I thought it was good. That was just a shot in the arm that we needed. It was we had to get a touchdown. Great call to set that up, and 7-7, something we haven't seen, like I said, in 3 years. A score against Braden River.
You know, going back to that special formation out there, we had that diamond look out there far wide, and then it was great. We had Jonte Wester go all the way across for a jet sweep. Now this time a little yo-yo action, kind of a yo-yo screen back to the diamond formation out there. Blockers were set up beautifully, and really that first down play for 9 yards was just a critical play.
It made it easy to get Johnny Jones in for the 1 yard run for the score.
And I don't know that I've ever seen that particular formation and call on a high school ball field. I've seen some variations.
You know, we've been following Tiger Vision's been. We ran the option last year, but I don't ever think I've seen that out of a Coach Marino coach team.
All right, with 6:05 remaining here in the first quarter, the game's knotted at 7s. Manriquez approaches the ball at the 40, and he approaches it, and a long, low driving kick. It's fielded at the 4 yard line. And they're going to the left-hand side when Knowledge McDaniel cuts it up to the middle of the field, still on his feet, goes to about the 30 yard line, so they're going to get good position from there.
Yeah, good job by number 25, Alejandro Mont, to get a finger in there. Or maybe that may have been Brandon Waiters now that I see the numbers coming off the field, but either Alejandro or Brandon got a hand in there and tripped him up, Kenny.
Now you look at that huge offensive line there. It goes about 265, 255, 285, 285. And the right tackle, which I don't have that young man's, he's bigger than the rest of them.
He's the biggest guy, yeah.
And we don't have him on the roster here. Now Fenwick's got this one to the outside, had a good block out there, takes a nice hit, but that's an easy 9 yard gain.
Yeah, we're just not able to get off of our blocks defensively, and this old line for Braden River are just opening up huge holes all over the field. And
Fenwick doesn't look fast, but he's moving. Even east and west, he's moving very quick.
And you can see that we missed John Bembry on the interior of the line. Sam Pasco's out there, and he jumps off sides. So I jinxed him on that one, so that's going to bring up a 1st and 5. Because they did make the first down on the first play. So
the young man just a little eager to make a play, and it's easy for us to sit up here and say watch the ball, but when you're down there and you're trying to make a play for your team,
and he's trying to get by some guys that are just a little tad bit bigger than him.
Yeah, you're trying to outquick them, so trying to get a little advantage there. 1st and 5, they moved a little bit, no call. Gag throws a nice coverage out there, and Knowledge McDaniel's wrapped up right at the sticks, and a host of Tigers come over there. It's going to be a 1st down though.
Yeah, they're going to throw McDaniel's way. He's their top receiver. How do we pronounce this quarterback?
It's
looks
Jag.
like Glag, but we're going to call him Jag.
Jag. Yeah, it's
transfer from Sarasota. We saw him last year against the Sailors. Looks like he's put on about 20, 25 pounds and throws a nice pass.
Yeah, I remember him being 6'1", maybe 205. Now he's 6'3", or he was 195. Now he's 6'3", 205. Perfect prototypical size of a quarterback. Has shown good feet. Also, Fenwick was waiting for the screen, but he looks out there wide. He's got a receiver and good coverage out there. So excellent job by number 20 there. That is going to be Gian Buchanan. Did a fine job on that route.
Yeah, Buchanan was he was running down the field with him, Kenny, step by step, and he got his head turned around just when he should.
At the right time, yes,
right
sir.
At the right time.
Yeah, and we haven't called his name out, but I liked how he covered there, and they are. We've seen we've seen Fenwick run the ball, but we know they can throw it as well.
Now Palmetto lines up in a 4-3, kind of shading the short side of the field where the tight end is over there, and that's what they like to throw to Travis Toby out of this formation. Now he drops back, looks down, got the out route there. Good coverage by the Tiger, and a fantastic catch there by the receiver, and that's going to be Cravian Kuntz.
And you really can't ask for any better coverage. You
Good
just got to
coverage.
give kudos to that receiver going up and just grabbing that ball out of the hands of the DB, because that was an awesome catch. And
Yeah, he caught
Take your
that
hat
between two defenders. I mean, they called the right coverage in there. He was great pass, great play, and they're knocking on the door again.
One thing that's hurting us is that we just are not able to get any pressure on this quarterback. Unlike last year when he was with Sarasota, we put him on the ground a lot.
That's right. So a huge offensive line out there in front of Jag back there, and he's got the back. Fenwick's in the middle field. He runs for a big run, but we're going to have a holding on the interior line here.
And hopefully we can capitalize on that and set them back and put them in this long second, third, and long here, and keep them out of the end zone.
Looked like the holding occurred about 3 yards down from the line of scrimmage, so they're going to back him up 10, and that's going to bring up a first and about 17 on the play.
And that's one thing, guys, that hurt Braden River last week against Venice, is they kept, just shooting themselves in the foot, and they would get a drive going, they would have a penalty that moved them back, and then they would have another penalty, and it really hurt them on that last drive as they were trying to tie the ball game.
Now the great Cravian Kuntz over here, who made the great catch, is in the slot, and Jag is in the backfield trying to draw Palmetto offsides. Fenwick's in the backfield. Now Palmetto's rolling up some secondary players, trying to change up the look. Now he hands the ball off to Fenwick. Easy running once again. Missed tackles everywhere out there, so big gain on the play. He's going to be about 4 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, once again, Deshaun, he's 208 pounds. He's a D1 prospect going to South Carolina most likely. You're not going to arm tackle him, and you've got to get your feet underneath the Kenny. You got to wrap him up. This kid is strong.
And you can get him. He's 6'2". He's not the typical prototype running back, those 5'10", 200. He's 6'2".
You just can't hit him high.
No, he's very elusive. He's real good on his feet.
Now they're slipping in a jumbo look, tight end on the left-hand side. Wildcat to Knowledge McDaniel, and he's tackled there after about a 1 yard gain. Great play by the left side of the Tiger defense.
And he's a load too, Rick. He's not 6'2", but he's 5'8". So he's like a bowling ball in there.
He's 208 as well, and he has no body fat. He is definitely a specimen when you see him down there on the field, and they're just strong. There's nothing more than you can say. And
Gian Buchanan back there at 5'9", 155. A great tackle there on a very big back. Now he's in the Wildcat formation one more time. Knowledge McDaniel checks the middle of the field, waiting for block, doesn't get it, and he's going to be short of the first down. So they're going to have to think this one over. That brings up a 4th and 2.
Yeah, I really expect Braden River to keep their offense on the field here. It's a 4th and 1. They're inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, you just can't think run all the way here, Kenny. You got to be ready
because they can throw it.
That's right.
So they're going strictly Wildcat here with Knowledge McDaniel in the backfield. Run heavy to the right formation. Look at him maybe shading over to the left. He's got it. He runs left. Tigers do a good job initially. Push, but McDaniel's able to roll off of that.
It could be a face mask. It could be a hold. Hard to tell from this vantage point, but hoping it goes against
came from the
Braden
back
River.
judge, so
I think that was probably a face mask on that one. So that's.
I'm going with because it came from the back judge. Here we go.
They're backing up though.
All right.
Is that an illegal push?
Yeah.
Illegal push?
Illegal push. Now I know that rule has been changed in college football. You're allowed to push the old Bush push. Now it's something the colleges do. It's legal in pro, but here in high school, that's a call. So what they called there is the offensive lineman pushing them forward. Now it's 4th and 6.
So we're assuming they got that first down, right? Because I want to know. I at least want to measure. I guess it's hard to tell from where we're at.
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
That's a great point, Rick.
Yes, good
great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be a stoppage of play here on the field.
Yeah, they're having conversations with the
Let's see if we
referees.
And it is a timeout, Braden River. So that's their first of the game. And really an excellent job of Palmetto tightening up there in the red zone.
Yeah, he was, you know, when you run that Wildcat, he's hitting the line, running behind that massive offensive line full speed, just looking for a gap to run through. There wasn't anything there, and we got big there when we needed to, Rick.
Yeah, yes, we did, Kenny. And I think we just got to continue to fight the blocks off. You know, they practice this every day at practice, and when I'm there, when they break up into the individual assignments, you know, I see that D-line working hard. So, you know, hopefully they're starting to wake up a little bit. They're getting warmed up here, and then I tell you, he's only a sophomore, and he's not in there right now, but number 99, Matt Wyatt, is probably one of the best on this team when it comes to squeezing through a block and a gap. He's really awesome. So we got to hold them here. Oh, they're going to go ahead and kick here, guys. They're going to go ahead and take 3.
Okay, so Brett Toma, he's shown that he gets the ball up very quickly, very high, not a very strong leg, but this is very manageable field goal here with 1 minute and 58 remaining here in the first quarter. Kitakowski has a good snap, holds up, and the kick is good. And so that's going to be Braden River leading this one 10-7 with 1 minute 54, but really a good stop by that Palmetto Tiger D.
I consider that a win.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say the same thing. Holding to that offense down to 3 points, and we get a chance now was a monumental victory, and has to do wonders for the team tonight here as we get the ball back.
So, you know, we did have some red zone action there in the first quarter earlier, and I did want to talk about Superior Asphalt, our red zone sponsor. Superior quality, superior service, Superior Asphalt. Superior has built a rock-solid reputation in the Manatee, Sarasota County areas for over a decade. Superior Asphalt. All right,
it'll be interesting, Brian, if they kick it short again to LeJonte over here on the Tiger side, number 14, and let him run the ball again. He just about broke it in the first kickoff.
And if they direct it the other way, Logan Pisano over there is excellent, and then Herman White is deep back there, and he's really short. He's on the 20-yard line and waiting to receive this kick from Toma. Here with 1 minute 54 in the first quarter, Toma kicks this one off, and it looked like Braden River was offsides there.
Watch him up.
So, yes, it is offsides on Braden River, so that's going to back him up. So now this is interesting, guys. Rick, what do you think? With this situation, now he's kicking from the 40.
Yeah, you know what? I want him to do exactly what he did during that last kickoff. If we can get this ball into Jonte's hands, we can get it into Derek's hands, you know, we may be able to get down to the 40, to the 35, and we may be able to score. These guys are elusive, and Jonte's in the best spot.
I don't think they're going to kick it to him after that first kickoff. I wouldn't, and we'll see what they do.
Well, if they kick it back to Herman White, you got Pisano out there who's an excellent blocker, and also Pisano can run. And it's a good kick this time. Herman White's got it there at the 14. He's up to the 20, looking for an inside cut, which he gets. And he's going to be down there at about the 26, 29-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a good tackle by the Pirates, the special team. You have the ankle tackle that probably saved about 10, 15 more yards there. But we just got to continue.
Last offensive drive by the Tigers, Jason Spicer went down with that injury. Everybody kind of gasped. They put him over on the sideline, and I was checking to see how bad the injury was. And he saw me hovering, trying to get the information. He was concerned that his mother was going to be worried about him. He's fine. He's back up and running up and down the sidelines. Looks like he's ready to go. Back to you guys.
All right, Anthony Marino, there's that diamond formation again. There's Butler in the motion. The ball snap before Marino was ready. Now he looks middle field, throwing the long ball out there. Burson's out there. Ball's tipped away there. Excellent recover there by number 13 there, which is Terrell Thomas. Peeled back and made a fine defensive play.
I like the call just to stretch the field a little bit, make their defense think about the pass.
All right, now 2nd and 10. Osborne is lined out in the slot here, and Spicer is back into the game. That's a surprise. Osborne in motion. Marino hands the ball off to Butler. He goes for about a 3-yard or a 2-yard gain on the play. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
Interesting 3rd and 8, what they call if they go back to the diamond over here on the wide side and come up with some type of wrinkle here to pick up the 8 yards.
So with 1 minute and 14 seconds, your Tigers are trailing 10-7 in this one. No hurry here by the offense. Marino has one single back in the backfield with him and 2 receivers out here wide to the left. Marino looks, he's got the out, but he steps up, he's running, he's a threat. He can run, gets a great block by Spicer, steps up, 1st down, Anthony Marino.
Yeah, Brian, it looked like they were going to blitz him, and then they dropped back in coverage and covered, and nobody was there, so he took off and used his legs, and excellent run by Marino. Just what we needed to move those chains.
And Jason Spicer Jr. out there with a great block to spring him for the 1st down. Marino's got this one. Trey Goodman is over here in the slot position, now reverses field, going out there to the right, looks like a bubble screen. He throws out there Goodman. He's got the edge, and he goes for about a 3-yard gain on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd and 7.
And that's just like running a dive or a trap, but you just put your athlete out there in some space and see what he can do. Maybe next time he takes it to the house.
Good job of the Tigers, really stretching the field here. At the end of the 4th quarter of this game, Braden River is covering a lot of the field here by having to run and chase all these formations. Now we have 2 receivers on both sides. Marino hands the ball off, and a really huge hit right there at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. So that was Johnny Jones, and it looks like he was hit there by Taylor Pawatikowski. That's the end of the 1st quarter here. Your Palmetto Tigers are trailing 10-7. We're going to turn things around here, and it'll be a 3rd and 7 for your Tigers.
Yeah. So we've got to do something here. I mean, it's important, obviously, to pick up this 1st down, but we've got to, pick up something and at least change the field position if nothing else, right? I mean, we're already in good shape. We know that Freddie can kick it down there and pin them back into on their side of the field. But we got to continue to be creative here and not get stagnant with our play calling. And right now we're not doing that. So I like the play calling up to this point and what Coach Ty and Coach Marino are doing.
Okay, our 1st quarter stats. Thank you, Steve Johnson. Palmetto 6 rushes, 20 yards, 2 for 4 passing for 13 for 33. 7 points, and then Braden River 11 for 94 on the rushing. Fenwick getting the bulk of that, 2 for 3 passing for 42 for a total of 136 yards. The score is much closer, Brian.
Yeah, and really it's been very run heavy for Deshaun Fenwick. Viewing some film of Braden River, they do a lot of passing out of their formations, and then the one big long pass there to Kuntz on the sideline. It was really good coverage by the Palmetto Tigers. Just a great player making a great play over there and a perfect throw. So really, defensively shaky on the 1st series for the Palmetto Tigers. They've tightened things up here, and looks like they're starting to figure things out.
Anxious to see how they come out with this 3rd and 7. Do we see Marino running again, or do we see something new that we have yet to see so far? This is a big play here in this game.
Thank you, Tom Porter. Tom's always on this call there. And now a 3rd and 7. Ball is at the 46-yard line for your Palmetto Tigers. Marino's going to be in the backfield with Butler back there with him, sidecar, and he's got 3 receivers out there to the left. Trey Goodman's in motion, Western motion, bubble screen, and that's going to be Butler goes for no gain on the play, so that's going to bring up a punting situation.
Well, that's what you got to do. You got to try to get the ball into your playmaker's hands. We did that. Great defensive stop by Braden River, and we've said it time and time again. When you run a play like that, receivers have to block. You've got to get some hands on that defensive end, and you got to block those corners
absolutely off. Absolutely. It's just more than catching. You got to block, and you got to be the team player.
All right, 2 receivers back there. It looks generally that would be Knowledge McDaniel. Beautiful snap by Osborne. Good kick by Manriquez. And that one's going to roll down to the 3-yard line.
You know, Knowledge, he didn't want to try to catch that one. I think somebody must have told him just let that thing go. And fortunately, we got a great bounce on that. Completely turned the field and got them back inside the 5. Great job. Defense now needs to do their thing, Rick.
Yeah, no doubt, and that's what we talked about. If we're not going to be able to pick up a first down on that last offensive series, we've got to pin them back, and we've got to give our defense some room to work with. And I think that we just have to. The linebackers are going to have to start stepping up here and helping out on this run game, because these guys are just nothing but bulls running.
We need a turnover here.
Boy,
a cheap turnover.
Yeah, I would like to see a pass out of this and pick up a holding in the end zone and a safety, but it'll probably go with Deshaun Fenwick, which he does in the middle of the field, and he stays on his feet, still driving, so a gain of about 4 on the play.
And this is why this kid is so good. You know, we go down low, we hit his ankles, he stays on his feet, great balance. Once again, you can't just go low on this kid and think that you're going to bring him down. You got to wrap him, because he's going to stay up, and he's going to pick up yardage on you.
Yeah, that's Deshaun Fenwick is really showing that he's quite the talent out there. Now Palmetto jumps off sides.
All right, so one time we give the young man a pass, but that's going to be Vasco again, and you can't hurt your team when you got great field position. You got to watch what you're doing there.
So Lester Johnson checks in at the defensive line position. He's out there with William Rumpf in the interior. Now that brings up a 2nd and very short. This is a good place to take a shot down the field for Braden River. But let's see if they line up and hand off the rock to Deshaun Fenwick. And they does get the ball, bounces it outside. Plenty of blocking out there. It's got the edge. Pompey's going to need to make the play, which he does. But that's a huge gain of about 20 yards on the play.
Normally, on a 2nd and 1, you throw the bomb or something just because you can. But I think until we figure out how to slow him down, we're not going to stop him. We're just going to keep seeing him.
Well, there's no reason right now for them to throw the ball that much. Why would you? You're picking up first downs on the ground, so just keep doing it. Well, yeah.
Knowledge McDaniel's over here wide. He's a big receiver out here. Andrew Duncan taking a peek in the backfield, now rolling it back in his Sam linebacker position. Jag takes one out of the shotgun, hands it off again, and this time making the tackle there was Duncan, stepping up right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and the phrase for tonight has to be gang tackling. Everybody has to swarm to the ball. You can't think that we're going to be able to bring him down with one man every time, Kenny. We got to swarm and get over there.
You have to shut him down.
Okay, Knowledge McDaniel's out here wide with Cravian Kuntz. One receiver out there wide to the right. He's got it, throws a quick out there. Good coverage and good tackle. Ball's on the ground. Tigers did not recover that, but that's going to be a loss of 2 yards on the play.
To be honest with you, I'm surprised they even considered that a reception. I thought they were going to try to call that an incomplete pass, but he did try to make a football move. So,
yeah, it looked like Tyrone Collins came up there and blasted the receiver. So that brings up a 3rd and 10. Big play by Collins. Excuse me, that's a big play by Derek Bradley out there. Now Jag has this one. Palmetto rolls up. Houston was looking to come off the rush edge. Now he's looking in the A gap. Jag looks over things. Houston's coming from the edge. And now they take a timeout, I believe. There's a stoppage of play. Yeah, so that's this timeout number 2 for the Braden River Pirates.
They looked over 2 times at Coach Bradley to figure out what to do. And, big pivotal play in this game here. So, take a timeout and talk about it, and us the same.
That Jag is heads up. You know, Houston lined up inside in the A gap. He checked off. Houston, heard the check, jumped over to the edge. He checked off again, and the clock was burning down. So really, that one's all Houston. And he's a good quarterback. Yeah, we pummeled him last year at Sarasota, but you saw the brilliance. He's going to be probably very highly recruited, and probably the best quarterback we'll see in the area here. Now this is a huge play for this Palmetto Tiger defense. Davion Wortham is out here wide to the right, and he's got Cravion Kuntz out there. Look out for that tight end. They love to throw to the tight end, and that's number 28 there, which is Travis Toby there in the slot. He drops back, looks down the right sideline. Great route out there by Knowledge McDaniel, and he breaks a tackle or 2, and he's tackled at the 40-yard line.
He's their go-to guy throwing the ball. We've seen him run, but he is their receiver guy, and they should know that's coming.
Well, exactly right, Kenny. You got to know that's going to be his primary target every time. If he's covered up, he's going to try to check off, but that gives us more time to put some pressure on him. So we've got to keep Knowledge tight and just good route running.
Jags in the backfield, and he's got Big Fenwick back there. 1st and 10, driving here with 6 minutes and 31 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. 2 receivers out here. Kuntz is out here wide. Hands it off to Fenwick, makes a jump cut, beautiful cut to the outside, and he goes all the way for the first down and a little more. So Palmetto Tiger defense has got to start containing the edge.
Well, yeah, Brian, exactly. And that's what I was going to say, that we are allowing him to bounce out and get outside, and that defensive end is nowhere to be found. And I don't know if he's trying to cheat in and try to help out some of those interior linemen or what he's doing, but I have not seen a tackle by our DN yet tonight.
And really good job of run blocking here by the Braden River offensive line. Changing things up. They've got tight end over there, Travis Toby on the right side. 3 receivers over here to the left. Jag takes it, high snap, hands it off to Fenwick. He goes for about a 9-yard drive. Easy sledding on this Tiger defense.
Well, I don't want to be petty here, but, Fenwick is starting his run before the ball is snapped. So he's getting a step. And, I mean, as a referee, as the backfield ref has got to see that. He's got to call that. And he doesn't need any help.
No, he gets to the line pretty quick without any help. And he's deceptively quick. He doesn't look like he's moving fast, but he's scooting.
Really didn't get the great spot on the play, and so it brings up a 2nd and 3. And it looks like they're going to stay with this with Jag back there. If there's a snap, ball, go Tigers, let's go. Pick it up. All right, it's fine. Get on it. All right. Wow.
That's a big break, gentlemen.
Wow.
That is a huge break, and luckily for us, not only was it a mistimed snap, is that no one on the Braden River team knew it but the center.
Yeah, he's calling his own play on that, but those are the things, the intangibles that what we need to happen tonight. And now what we got to do, like we did before on the punt, is to take advantage of this. That's a huge play.
That is
dumbfounded.
incredible.
I've seen that happen.
Let me tell you, when you continue to check, and if the center doesn't know what's going on, if he can't hear you, you're going to have some issues, right?
Yeah, you see that on Saturdays when there's 110,000 people or 90,000 in the crowd, but here, it's not that loud.
No,
here,
and they practice it for the Saturday because they know they're going to be dealing with
so
that loud noise. Yes.
And so the ball was snapped. That was incredible break fortune for the Tigers here. Ball at the 45. Trey Goodman in motion. Fakes the handoff. Looks in the middle of the field. Nice throw. Wide open receiver. Great catch. And that is a Dravian Butler on the drag button. Or was that? It looked like Butler on the on the drag route. Let's look at the number that was number 15. I want to be sure to get yes, it actually was Trey Goodman there. So that was interesting. They must have cleared the zone with Butler and then threw another drag route behind with Goodman. Great play call.
Nice catch, nice throw, and moved the chains.
Ball at the 40-yard line. Palmetto Tiger Marino's got this in the shotgun. Now he's gone. Jonte Wester looking to block. Pitches out there to Butler. Turns it up. Good run. And he goes for about a 7-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, that's a good job by Bubba to. He has really great vision. Cut that thing back up before he got to the outside because he saw that corner wrapped up with the receiver. Picks up a good 6 yards on first down, and that's what we have to do if we're going to stay in this game. Good block out there by Jonte Wester. Now Biggie Butler's got it and driving forward, very close to first down. He's going to be short there by about a yard, so that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Again, I like the play call in here. They're pulling everything out of the playbook. Option
up tempo now as well, Kenny. I like it.
Eric Porter's out there at left tackle. We have 2 receivers out here on both sides. He throws a little bubble. That's out there, and that's going to be out there to Spicer, driving forward, a 9-yard gain on the play. Tigers driving.
Yeah, good to see Jason back in the game. Looks like he's okay. Big first down. Keep this drive moving. Get closer to the end zone.
Yeah, having him out there just changes the whole dynamics because you have to. The defense has to know where he is on the field, and great play by the young man. Move those chains.
And I wonder about the play call there, but one thing you could see there, the corner rolled back had about a 6-7 yard cushion, and that was like an automatic. And you wonder if Marino checked to that, seeing out there with Spicer, who knows all the plays, former quarterback, saw the big cushion over there on the corner, and that was like stealing. It was just
they were doing that
freebie.
to Hargraves last night in the Bucks game. The defensive back for the Brady kept doing the exact same thing there, and if they give it to him, especially with Spicer, let's run it all night.
Yeah, guys, we've got Coach Ty on the roof with the headsets. He's watching everything going on. He sees something, he'll relay it to Coach Marino, change that call when needed, and those are some very critical eyes on this roof right here, because Coach Ty has been really huge for changing this offense and helping Coach Marino see some things that you can't see down on the sideline.
No.
And as a bonus, out there, if you ever throw the bean around, spin the rock with Coach Ty Stoltz, he's got an excellent quick release and throws a beautiful ball out there.
Quarterback up in Northeast playing Division III.
And one thing about
good one.
when you're coaching, it's wonderful to tell them, but it's better when you can show them.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
that's a benefit of having a coach that not only can explain to you what's going on, he can just step in there and say, here's how you do it. And what a big bonus for this Palmetto High offensive unit to have a really quality quarterback, coaching the quarterbacks and receivers out there. And receivers have been making cuts on time. It's really been fun to watch this year, guys. Well, this is a big one. 5 minutes and 28 seconds here, and it's 1st and 10 for your Palmetto Tigers. The ball is spotted on the 24-yard line. Anthony Marino is going to take this one under center. And it's play action pass. He's got the slant. Beautiful play. And that's going to be a 7-yard gain. Great play call.
We're not going to huddle here. We're going to get right to the line, and we're going to try to keep those subs out. Try to keep Braden River off balance here.
Simple pitch and catch on that, moving the chains.
Okay, Spicer. Marino has this one looking out there to Spicer is wide. And out there is Trey Goodman wide also, and Jonte Wester out there on the left. Oh, Butler with a huge cut there. Goes for about a 2-yard gain.
It's nice to see that hookup there between Marino and Spicer, because I've seen that so many times in practice, and you see those great hands of Jason Spicer.
And now you have David Burston wide out there, LeJonte Wester in the slot, and we move. And so that's going to back us up. So the Palmetto Tigers with a false start there, and that'll back us up 5 yards.
Big Lee Matthews just trying to get out on that block early and got whistled for the call. So a little setback here, but we're still in striking zone here. We can put this thing in the box.
Yeah, and it's critical that we don't allow those type of mistakes to bother us. You got to forget about that and get out here and run this play, because we really got them on their heels right now.
So now in the Superior Asphalt red zone, your Palmetto Tigers take this. And one thing about, you got a little bit more field to work with here. Butler in the backfield and Goodman in motion. And he looks out there, Bubble out there to Butler, and he makes a player miss, and then he goes forward for about he almost, it looked like he disappeared there for a second.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get, like on the other play back when they ran that little pass out there, he was going to get, but he just was like 5 yards later, he showed up.
Well, he may not be 208 pounds, but his footwork is impeccable.
Oh.
And he runs like he's 208 pounds.
If you've ever watched Animal Planet and you've seen the snowshoe hare juking the mountain lion or whatever, he's one of those. He's got great feet. Now Marino rolls to the right middle of the field, and he looks to the edge, caught, but it's going to be out of bounds. Beautiful catch out there.
Great call, great job. Just let him a little too much. He was able to get his hands on it and catch it. Just pulled him out of bounds. So we're going to have to try to tie this game up here with a field goal.
Very makeable here, middle of the field.
Okay, so the ball is...
Oh, it's on the left hash.
Yeah, no, Alfredo Mariquez, he prefers to kick this thing off the right hash and draw it in. But this is a very makeable kick for Manriquez. So Duncan with a snap. Spot's good by Marino. Kicks up, and it's drilled and good. So this one's knotted up at 10s with 3 minutes and 19 seconds remaining.
I'm totally pleased with the complete effort of the team tonight. It's 10-10 late in the second quarter, and we're in this ball game. It hasn't been that way the last 3 years.
No, with 3:19, I think the important thing is that we keep that momentum going. We're going to get the ball back in the second half. So defensively, this is a very important series for them to try to keep them off the scoreboard, and we cannot allow penalties or any long plays to eat up yardage here. We just got to try to keep doing what we're doing. I tell you, I know they'll talk about it when they get into the locker room at halftime, but we've got to figure out what's going on with our defensive end. We've got to tighten that up.
And Freddie needs to put this one in the end zone just to take away any shot at them with any type of run back here.
I did want to say a kudos, on the offensive line, Javier Valle, 5'5", 235 pounds. So he replaces Jesse West, a 300-pounder and 6'4".
Yes.
They switched some things up, but 5'5", 235, and he's done a fine job over there at left guard. So great playing by Javier Valle. Now Manriquez takes this one, drive, smoked it.
That's what we needed right there.
It's going to be out of the end zone. And that's the Freddie Manriquez.
One hop the goalpost on that one. So that run backs can be momentum killers, and they just took that away from them.
Well, we know the talent they have back there waiting for that ball. And anytime that you can keep them off the field, it's a plus.
Now with some stoppage in play, and we got a kick. We're going to go down to the sideline reporter, Tom Porter.
Hey, Tiger fans, we're just listening to the coaches over here. The main message they're giving to the defensive line is stay down. They've been blown off the ball all game, as you can tell. They've got to stay down, keep their pads level, stay down and drive through those linemen's knees. And don't let them get that big head of steam. Back to you guys.
Couldn't agree with you more, Tom. Thank you for that report. 3 minutes and 19 seconds remain. Fenwick bounces this one outside once again. No containment once again, and he's got a gain of about 3 yards on the play.
So we know, we can see that anytime that Fenwick can bounce it outside, that really, he may be looking to go inside, but just as quick, he's trying to bounce it outside because he's seeing that success. So there's either some very good blocking going on, on that tight end side, but we just can't get off the block, and the corner's having to come up and make a tackle.
Knowledge McDaniel is out here wide on this side of the field. And Jag is looking things over, as they often do, checking off. He's bringing Kuntz over into the slot. They've got trips over here. Look for the tight end down the seam right here, but he does throw the bubble out there to Knowledge McDaniel. Boy, good block and solid tackle, but that's a first down, going to stop the clock with about 2 minutes and 25 remaining here in this second quarter.
There was nothing special about this. Throw it to him, and he just runs straight down the field following his block.
Well, that's it. There's a special thing right there, Kenny, is that receivers had good blocks.
They block for each other.
Right,
what
so
a novel idea.
All you got to do is just try to get some hands on him and let him do his work. We have that same ability if we get some blocks on people.
All right, Gag coming out of the shotgun, Jag, and they moved. So that's going to bring him 5 yards back. That's a false start.
So this is exactly what we need Braden River to do. You can tell, knock on wood, they're not as crisp as they have been the past 3 years.
Well,
they have really made mental mistakes during their games this year, and this has been a big problem for them, as you notice, with a ill-advised snap and penalties that push you back out of touchdown range, right?
It's keeping us in the game.
It's really a cause and effect relationship. They've only played 2 full games here.
That's true.
And we're way into the season, and they're not looking as sharp as there's the tackle. Houston. Wow. What? That's Alonzo the Hammer Houston.
Alonzo Houston.
Wow.
That's a big man on a big man right there, gentlemen.
Woo. Wow. The Anvil, the Hammer.
The Anvil, that's a good name for
Alonzo
him.
Houston.
If you've ever seen 2 semi-trucks collide head on, that's what it looks like.
Good gracious, what a hit in the middle of the line. Minute and 20, clock burning. Jag looks over to the sideline. He's got tight end out here, Travis Toby in the slot. Got to be very aware of that from this Braden River offense. Knowledge McDaniel wide here. Buchanan in coverage, dropped about 6 yards back. Here comes Houston once again. Hands the ball up middle. He's got the edge, and it's going to be a great tackle.
Nice job.
Clock runs short of the first down, and that is a huge tackle on the play.
Well, the boy
Is that Latoni Martinez, or who came up there for the tackle?
It's hard to.
Okay, that's
number 5.
Yep. So that tackle was there. Derek Bradley.
We've called his name out already tonight.
And
that was a great tackle, gentlemen. I mean, that could have been an easy first down and more if he doesn't get his hands on those ankles.
Now Bradley, being a corner out there, sometimes he's in press cover. I think he's got carpet tape on his jersey, and it's very difficult to see that number on the front side of his jersey out there. We can see it from the back, but on the front, you have no clue what you're looking at there. It looks like a 9 because he's got it so tight on the uniform, and no one was able to hold him on that play, and he was able to knife through there and stops the clock. So Braden River has to burn a timeout there, the final timeout.
And a penalty sets them back, and then which ignites our defense with 2 big stops, puts them in a 3rd and 14 here, and we got a chance to get the ball back here with maybe here before the half's out. Big play.
Big play. 48 seconds. Palmetto Tiger defense. Big play. Fenwick is in the backfield back there with Jag. Knowledge McDaniel out here wide. Soft coverage by Buchanan. Looking for the middle of the field. Throws. Big hit there.
And they jarred the ball loose.
Jarred the ball loose. So Trey Thompson comes up with a huge hit, and that's going to bring up a punting situation.
That's going to get Coach Treehouse very excited.
Absolutely. Kuntz running across the field. He's a great receiver, and got hammered by our secondary there. And a penalty, and now 3 big plays, and we're getting the ball back, and we got a chance to maybe do something here.
Yes, sir. Brazelton's coming down out of the box. Defense played a fantastic series. 2 big hits on that series by Houston and Thompson. Now a punting formation. 42 seconds. It's a low snap. He takes it, kicks it out there. It's a very low kick. It's going to roll. Clock is turning. So it's going to be 32 seconds on the clock. Stop the clock.
The thing about Braden River punting, I don't think they probably punted all year. So a short punt, really, we're right at right at midfield here, 32 seconds.
And now what we need to get to, we saw Manriquez before. Now the wind will be at his back. At game time here, the flags looked like they were wet rags. There was no wind whatsoever. And Freddie Manriquez was kicking them from the 40. He was kicking 50-yard field goals. So really,
he needs 20 yards.
Yep. So
20 yards to give him a shot.
Need 20 yards
Maybe
for the field goal. Wind will be at his back, and he's kicking the ball well tonight. 3 receivers out here wide. 32 seconds remain. Marino in the shotgun. And he's got Goodman in motion. Marino looks, middle screen. Oh, it's open, and there it is. And that's Butler. Ouch, what a cut. And he goes to the 40. And that was number 20. Johnny Jones, but number 20, Taylor Polakowski there, the linebacker. He's a fine linebacker. He got juked, so 24 seconds remain. And that spiked the ball, stops the clock with 22 seconds. And going back to that, that was Johnny Jones.
Yeah, we haven't called his name tonight. It was good to see him out there.
And that
nice
was
move.
Nasty cut on the linebacker, just
wicked,
nasty.
Wicked. We need about 10 yards, guys.
Yeah, and the good thing here, guys, is that, you know, we've used Bubba a majority of the first half. You know, Johnny's fresh, EJ is fresh, so we're just lining up the horses.
Yes.
And beautiful play call there. That was a screen pass from the outset. It was wide open. Now ball is at the 39-yard line. Marino takes, throws the middle of the field. It's overthrown, picked off there. Number 8's got it. He's going to the sideline over there. Palmetto Tiger needs to make the tackle. Peeling back. Oh, and he gets a block. Turns up again. He's got a holding out there being chased. Wow! Look at that play by Eric Porter. Are you kidding me? 317 pounds of rolling thunder. Holy cow, did you know that Eric Porter could run like that?
That'll look good on his scouting tape when the colleges come after, when they run down a defensive back like that.
That was a lot of anger.
Yes.
My goodness. When I'm watching Porter run there, I just can't believe it. I'm getting chills. My hair stand, my hat just about flew off my head to see somebody of that size running that fast. That is special. Wow, what a play by Porter. That's going to be holding, and that's going to back him up. There's only going to be 5 seconds remaining here in this second quarter, Ken.
Yeah, we're going to see probably our defense sit back in a prevent, and probably you never know Braden River because they're explosive here, but they probably just take a knee.
I just think that situations like that, we run the ball very effectively. You know, it'd be nice maybe just to try to pick up 5-10 more yards. And, and even if it's longer than we would want, at least take a hit at it, Kenny.
Yeah.
Well, that one
going for the jugular a little early here.
Ball just sailed. Really sailed. Receivers open the middle of the field. Ball just sailed. So 5 seconds left, and he's going to take this one in shotgun. They're just going to kneel on this one. So Jag takes that one for the kneel, so he's going to have about a 4-yard loss on the play. So you want to put -4 on those rushing yards there when you do that one.
I'll calculate. You want to do them now?
Yeah, let's roll with the statistics.
We already have the halftime stats. Palmetto, 9 rushes for 30 yards, 8 of 12, very efficient passing for 68 yards. 98 yards total offense for the Tigers. For Braden River, completely different story. 19 rushes for 138 yards. Fenwick and company have been running, but we're bending, but we're not breaking. They're efficient throwing the ball, 5 of 7, 85 yards. Turnovers have made the difference in this game, but Braden River has outgained us 223-98. But it's 10-10, guys.
Wow.
That's all that matters.
Amazing. That is, if you saw the statistics like that, you wouldn't believe it. And you can see that Braden River is not in sync like they generally are at this time of year.
I think that what you're seeing for the first time in at least 4 years that I can recall is a confidence that the Tigers have not had, and that's because, like you spoke about earlier, usually we're down 21 points or more at halftime, and we never even have an opportunity to try to get back into the game. They're playing like they know they can beat this team.
And you've talked about these kids coming up, that they don't know how to lose. They just know how to win, and it'll be interesting to see what adjustments we make here at halftime. Brian?
All right, let's wrap it up and bring you to the Little Caesars halftime show. The Palmetto High band is about to take the field, And we want you to sit back and enjoy the show.
Now taking the field is Palmetto High School Marching Tigers, performing their show, Blast to the Past. Drum majors Amari Mitchell and Christopher Miller, band director Nancy Caron, percussion tech Nick Johnson, field instructor Zach Matthew and Sarah Mark. Drum majors, is your band ready? You may now take the field for your performance. Shooters will be in fifth quarter tonight at Central Rock. 3 people, 3 photos, dance contest, games, giveaways. Come over to Central Rock right after the game. Everyone is welcome. Tiger fans, we are ready to start up this second half. Palmetto will be receiving the ball. Brett Coma will be kicking off for the Tigers.
Here starting the third quarter of this one, locked up at 10-10. Brett Toma is going to kick it off for the Braden River Pirates, and we have Herman White back there to receive. Toma kicks this one, and it's a high kick, and it's going to be fielded by Herman White at the 9. He takes it. He's at the 10-15, looking for a block, cuts upside, and he's going to go to about the 17-yard line. There's a holding penalty on the field. So here we have it, starting off first play, the third quarter, and we've got the yellow flags out on the field again. It's holding on the Tigers. Back them up. So that's going to bring up a 1st and 10, right, guys?
About the 16-yard line.
The chain crew is struggling to sort this one out down on the field. There you go. So all right, we're seeing Eric Porter and that offensive line work their way to the field. Amazing play by Eric Porter to close out that second quarter. Now Anthony Marino is out there, and he's got Teddy Washington in the slot. And it's a handoff to the inside, goes for about a gain of a half yard on the player. So that'll bring up a 2nd and about 8.
So it's important that we come out here tonight, second half, and establish at least a couple of first downs and get some momentum going our way again, because we ended that second half outside the interception, which no big deal, but a high note. We just got to come out here and continue to do what we were doing in the first half. I would love to get a lead here for the first time in 4 years.
Absolutely.
Goodman out wide. You Teddy Washington in the slot. Hands it off to Butler up the middle of the field, and he made a cut there, and he goes for about a 3-yard gain, and that's Johnny Jones.
So once again, like we talked about during the first half, we've got some fresh legs back there with Johnny Jones. I don't believe we've seen Elijah Davis yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen.
I don't think so.
It's been primarily Bubba with some Johnny Jones mixed in there as well.
So big one here at 3rd and 5 with 10 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Marino takes it. Spicer's out wide. 3 receivers to the right. And it's going to be a flag, probably a delay of game.
Delay, or is that timeout?
That's a timeout. Palmetto Tigers, that's the first of the second half. Gentlemen, one thing I didn't mention, I watched the long snaps and the great punting by Manriquez, but it was Osborne that was the long snapper who recovered the fumble down there. Andrew Osborne made the recovery down there and in coverage, and also made another tackle down there. We tend to watch the long snappers, and then but a great play, a couple of great plays by Andrew Osborne there and some great snaps and great kicks by Freddie Manriquez.
And I don't know if you noticed this, but Andrew comes in here listed as a tight end, but they also brought him in on a few plays defensively.
Yeah, he played defensive end last year.
And so he came in here again. So, I think that the coaching staff was seeing exactly what we're seeing up here, that we got to contain that edge somehow. So we got Andrew. So Andrew he's all over the place. He's really, a good athlete, and gives you some opportunities for him to make some plays, and he takes advantage of them.
Now 10 minutes and 32 seconds remain here in this third quarter. Palmetto Tiger first opening drive of the half. Marino has 2 receivers on each side. One back there. Goodman's in motion. He looks, throws a bubble out there. It's a little high, nice cut there. And that's going to be Johnny Jones. No gain on the play. And so that's going to bring up a punting situation for Palmetto Tigers.
Yeah, Braden River, they looked like they knew what the play call was there, and they were Johnny on the spot. So So we're going to have to punt this one out and turn it over to our defense, Ray.
Yeah, so sometimes you go to the well one too many times, and we're trying. That's worked for us, but now we're going to have to change it up. So we're looking for a good pump here, pump from Freddie, and we're going to need some good coverage here because they're going to get a run back.
Now Tyrone Collins is back there. Manriquez takes this one, drives a long punt down there. They're going to let that one drop it again, and it's down there by Osborne again, hustling down there to down the ball at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, generally a long snapper, after they snap it, they may give them a little push, but they generally let them run right down the field.
Yeah, so you
get to snap. You can play a long football a long time snapping, and you get to go down and make plays.
Yeah. So Knowledge was there to make the catch, but he didn't even attempt to.
I think they have changed their whole. They're not even going to touch that ball. If he keeps kicking it in the air like that, they're not going to touch it.
Braden River has the ball, 2 receivers out to the left. Quarterback takes that when he throws it out there wide. It's going to go for a gain, and that was probably McDaniel on the far sideline.
All right, let's go to Tom Porter.
Hey guys, special teams is a kind of a part of the game that you don't see much about, you don't hear much about when things are going well. But what I've noticed the last couple of special teams plays are some great snaps by 85 Adrian Osborne. Been an issue in the past, but he's obviously got that fixed up. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Tom. Now Fenwick takes that one, drives in the center of the line, first down, Braden River. So with 9 minutes and 1 second here, that's going to stop the clock momentarily for the first down. So the ball is spotted at the 46-yard line. They thought about having Knowledge McDaniel back there in the Wildcat formation, but now Helper's going to take this one. And he's got one back there with him, and the back is there, Fenwick. And he throws the little bubble out there to McDaniel, driving forward for about a 6-yard gain.
You know, it's a very vanilla. I know they got a different quarterback in there now, but it's going to go to number 2 or number 15 in some type of way or fashion. They're just going to go to their bread and butter and try to grind this thing out, guys.
Well, I think that we have to take advantage of that, knowing that, because I don't think anyone else offensively has touched the ball other than the quarterback and those 2 players.
Yeah, really, target as far as players have been targeted, it's been all McDaniel, with the exception of a couple plays. Now Helper's looking over the sideline, checking things, and he's got Cravian Kuntz out here in the slot. Look for the wheel route, looking for it, not there. And now he steps out to the right, rolling, throws, and that's going to be incomplete. Very close to being over the line of scrimmage there, Ken.
Yeah, good pressure by our defensive line there. Matthew Wyatt giving them some push there and forcing them to get out and throw, and great coverage by our secondary.
Yeah, and that was Buchanan once again. That was steps
on the coverage.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was really, that's how you cover the wheel route. That was a very nice looking play. Fenwick came out on the wheel, and nobody bit for the right side of the Tiger defense there. Good play by the secondary. 3rd and 3. Ball is at the 39-yard line. Helper's got this one. Looks for, oh boy, wide open. Fenwick's got it. Tackled by Duncan after a huge gain on the play to the 29-yard line. And we've got an injured player on the middle of the field, and that is number 68. That is down.
Yeah, guys, unfortunately, he looks like he's in a lot of pain. Can't really tell what happened, but he seems to be favoring that knee. Just
yeah, that's one of those
devastating injury there. If he's not okay, we're praying for the best for him.
That's one of the ones we didn't have on the roster here, number 68, and we did get that information. It's Austin Oberlin, who's the right tackle. He's a huge-looking lineman out there, probably about 6'2", 6'3", and 290 pounds or so. So Austin Oberlin there, for that's a huge loss for this Braden River offensive line, and that's a shame. And he's up.
Yeah, he's hobbling, but it's good that he's moving. He's played good tonight.
Yeah, just hoping that young man's going to be okay. You know, we had big Jesse West go down last week, and you know, Jesse, he's on the sidelines here for a few weeks at least, and we know how difficult that can be.
Yeah, you know, this senior year, and he anchors that line. He's hoping to be back for the Venice game.
At least he's putting a little bit of weight on that leg, so that's a good sign, hopefully.
So here we are, 1st and 10, 7 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the third. Braden River driving down the field. Ball is spotted at the 28-yard line. Helper takes this one, looks out there, goes for the wheel route again, and this time he's wide open, and that's going to be caught there by Cravian Kuntz on the old out and up.
Yeah, I think the pump fake was the what
well-designed play. They bid on the
sure did.
On the fake bump, and wide open in the end zone is number 1. Cravian Kuntz, and he's a 6 foot, 171 wide receiver. He's a senior, and that puts them up 16-0.
16-10.
I'm sorry,
we
16-10. Oh, you know, I'm going back 3 years.
2 years.
Yeah,
Yes,
my bad.
Yeah, we have scored tonight.
So Toma's going to take this one, 7 minutes, 9 seconds. Drives a very soft kick through the upright, so that's 17-10. Braden River with the lead here with 7:09 on the clock. And there are 2 bulbs on this clock that I'm going to have to look at that and give Rick Wells a little slack on that, because we constantly have issues.
Yes. Well, you know,
that's the same scoreboard, I think, that when you and I were attending here, I think.
They may have added some sponsors.
They put sponsors around it. Coach Marino, we were talking about that. Yeah, it was the same scoreboard that's been there forever and ever. And so most of the lights work, Brian. But there are some that throw a curveball at us.
I think it's important. We talked about it already. It's important that we come out offensively and answer that score. We cannot continue to stall offensively and think that we're going to be able to keep that defense on the field with this just massive running attack that opens up everything else for that Braden River offense.
Yes.
So here we go.
Big strike.
Toma's going to kick this one, and he's probably going to kick this one short to one of the upbacks. Herman White's back there only at the 10-yard line. Vazano is on the far right-hand side, and Jonte Wester is out here to the left. And it is a kick to the right side of the field, fielded at the 8-yard line, and that is Herman White. Come on, Herman, turn the corner, cuts it up, and he's going to be tackled at the 24-yard line. So good return.
Yeah, great coverage, though, by the Braden River special team. They really are a quick bunch. I mean, you can tell they came around that edge, and you got 4 of them that are right there on Herman as he tries to cut back, and you know, maybe we need to work a little bit on trying to put some hands on somebody.
You know, when you score as much as they have so far in the few games that they played, and they don't kick it in the end zone, they get a workout every game.
They get to practice.
They get a lot of practice.
One thing with our coverage teams, you know, with Manriquez, when he's on, you know, we're not having a lot of experience back there covering kicks. But now good field position for the Tigers starting out here at the 25-yard line. Wester's in motion, and it's going to be a little toss play to Wester, and he cuts it up, takes a big hit there, and it goes for about a 2-yard gain on the play.
Yes, it looked promising, but then it kind of just fell apart there at the end. I like the call, something different.
Right.
Try to spark the offense here, but we're going to have to. We got to block all the way across the field, Rick.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's really the only issue that we're having right now. We're not able to stay on those blocks. They're getting off of them and making the tackles.
Here's that little diamond wide formation. Single out there is Spicer to the right. Butler in motion, and it's a fake jet sweep, and he goes with Marino, runs that one on the keeper, and that's going to go right back for about a half-yard gain, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, they've made great adjustments at halftime with our offense. They seem to have us figured out. This is the second time now we're in a 3rd and long, and Rick, as you said, we've got to come out and maintain and stay up with these guys, or it could be a quick half.
Yeah, I mean, the defense is going to be tired. We know that. We just got to at least pick up a first down here and give them a breather. If nothing else, give them some more time to relax over there.
All right, a big one here, 3rd and 7. 5:40 remain. Marino looks, got a receiver, wide open, good route, caught there, then fumbled by Spicer, but he was down, so it's going to be first down, Palmetto Tigers, ball at the 40.
Yeah, let me tell you, that was, once again, just a great catch by Jason Spicer. He took a heck of a hit there and was able to maintain possession, and we were able to pick up that very critical first down as we take a water break. So let's just feed off of that, Kenny.
And I like Marino's composure back there. He stood in that pocket and he threw with confidence, and he went to his main man, and the main man took a big hit, like you said. And the best part, we moved the chains just like we needed to do here.
Yeah, one guy that we haven't seen here tonight is LeJontay Wester. I'm surprised that they haven't tried to put him in that slot position just to give Spicer a break from time to time, because we know how dynamic he is as well, especially if he gets one-on-one with someone. But, Jason, he appears to be doing okay. He's a tough kid. I am picking up a little bit of gimp in his step. You wouldn't know that coming off of that last route, but that was a really massive hit by 2 defensive players.
All right, so Palmetto Tigers have the ball, 1st and 10. Ball's at the 40-yard line. Trailing in this one, 17-10, 5 minutes and 32 seconds remain. I wanted to talk about a couple of our great sponsors here. Garrett Richard, LLC, Payroll and Workers' Compensation, and Keaton's Office and Art Supply, real fast service, serving the business needs of the community since 1951. And Remedy Employer Services, our favorite local PEO, providing payroll services, benefits, and so much more. And here's some guys that have helped me out recently. RSR, Richardson Stinton Roofing, locally owned and highly experienced. Last week's storms have you convinced that it's time for that new roof? Call Richardson Stinton Roofing at 780-7463. That number again, Richardson Stinton Roofing, 780-7463. All right, what do you expect to see here on this series, Rick?
I would like to see a little bit more running, and I'm just looking for Bubba to break something open here. If we just could hold our blocks a little bit longer and give him an opportunity to get that past that first line and get lined up with a linebacker.
Burston's out here wide. Pitts is playing back there, about 10 yards soft coverage over there. And he looks, and he's got Burston wide open. He makes a nice cut and misses the ball. Wow.
Oh, he was open.
The only good thing, the only good thing about that play is at least he was able to get his hands on it, because that would have been a pick.
Yeah, but
if he would not have gotten over there and at least, tipped it a little bit.
Great cut there by David Burston, and if he catches that one, it's going to the post.
And that was really not the first look for Marino. He picked him up out of his eye there at the last minute.
Now he has Derek Marino out here wide. Anthony Marino at the quarterback position with Butler. Fakes the handoff, throws it out there to Derek. Derek looking for a block, and pulling off the block out there very wisely was Goodman. If he makes the block there, it's a block in the back. So heads up play by Goodman. Nice 9-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, and I like Derek on that play. He's a very physical wide receiver who has no problem putting his head down and trying to pick up a couple more yards at the end of the play. So he's probably, outside of Jason, our most physical receiver.
Yeah, I thought really got a bad spot there, but his foot was, stepping out of bounds. His arm was out about 1.5 yards ahead of that. So that brings up a 3rd and 3. Anthony Marino at the line. He's got Butler in the backfield. Changing things up at the line of scrimmage. Hands it off to, oh, wow. They hits that hole hard, does Butler, and he's going to be just short of that first down. Very close.
Bubba is really just taking anything he can. He's not getting a lot of room to run, but he's able to get in there and pick up, some very critical yardage, especially at the end. What I like about Bubba, I mean, he's not real tall. He's running very low and very, very physical.
Very, very big collision from a very small guy. They need a measurement on this one. The ball was
close.
Just inside. Looking at the marker was just inside the 50-yard line, and the nose of the ball is nearly touching the 50. It's very close. It's going to be a chain link short if.
We might
that's
have
a first
it.
down.
We might have it. Oh.
Give it to him. First down, Palmetto Tigers.
Nose of the football, Brian.
Woo. So that was close. So this is important, and it's important because we picked up another first down in this series. I think if we can keep pounding, we can wear them down a little bit. They wore down last week against Venice.
Yes.
Yeah, and one of the things about running all these wide plays, jet sweep action, all that, they're running east and west as a defense across the field all game long. It's probably about 90 degrees out there, 88. So it's a hot night tonight. Now Spicer's out here wide. Goodman in motion across the formation. Marino takes it, flips it out there to Butler. Got the edge, cuts it in, and he's going to go for a first down.
Yeah, once again, that's what I like about Bubba. Bubba is not going to run out of bounds. He is going to cut. He's going to cut back in. He's going to try to pick up as much yardage as he can, and this is what he's done. Another first down. You keep that defense on the field. Keep them a lot of hands on hips out there right now, gentlemen.
Yeah, I see it. They're
what
getting
you want.
tired out there across the line of scrimmage on the Braden River side of things. Porter's in there at left tackle. Butler in the backfield with Anthony Marino looking over the sideline, checking off, changing things up. Two receivers on each side. Marino looks, throws a little quick hitter. Great catch by Spicer. That's not a flag. That's not a flag. You had two receivers. They called a rub route on that. Okay.
Yeah, and Jason may be hurt again, gentlemen. He's on our sideline. He is down. They are tending to him now. A bad call by the referee on that play.
Absolutely thought that was, you're running a button hook there, and then you ran off the button hook. It didn't. Come on.
Amazing.
Yeah, and that's not the case, and you've got to take it. This is part of the game. It is what it is. But mentally, you've got to forget about that right now. You've got to continue this drive and try to pick up as much as you can. I mean, we flipped the field already, but that's not what we want. We need a touchdown.
Okay, 1st and 25. You might be expecting a screen type action. Sometimes you fake a bubble and then throw a middle screen off of this formation. Now we have Wester in motion. He looks at play action pass, middle of the field, steps up Marino, good place, fakes out a defender, and he's going to be tackled just short of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he was looking downfield in the middle of the field, and I guess it wasn't open, and there really wasn't much running room for him either. So just tuck it up and do the best you can. But it's 2nd and 25 here. We've got to get this in chunks here.
Yeah, and that was Taylor Upshaw on the tackle, 6'5", 245-pound DN.
He's a Florida Gator commit.
Yeah, be honest with you, he hasn't done anything tonight.
No, he hasn't.
No.
He's got good genes.
Goodman in motion. And we had some movement, no call. There's the middle. Look for the middle screen now. He throws it wide to Butler late. Look at this. He reverses the field, and he's going to make a cut. Look at this. Look at the speed. Oh, takes a big hit there.
Ends up losing a yard.
Ends up losing 1 yard.
A great effort. Just shows the athleticism and the mobility of this young man. I don't care if he did get, he was going to be hit for a loss anyway, and he just tried to make something happen on his own.
If I was a defensive coordinator, I would be scared to death every time he gets his hands on the ball.
Well, that's why I continue to harbor. If we can give him just a little bit of room, he can do damage.
He looked like a pinball going through the bumpers on that.
Yes, he did.
I remember Emmett Smith would do that. Take a big hit, just keep on reverse direction, go the other way. Butler is special. Now we got movement on the line there, so that's going to be a penalty, probably a false start, 5 yards. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 30.
Yeah, that penalty really set them back, and just confidence is shot on this drive here.
It's really a tough call.
It is a tough call, yes.
You know, it's that rub route, but look, it looked like we had two receivers in the same spot. One guy was in a hook,
Yes.
you know, and he's got his front numbers facing the quarterback, waiting for the ball. You know, and it's hard to say that you're throwing a block downfield on that.
Let's see what we can dial up here. But yeah, Brian, I mean, we got.
But here we go.
We got the shaft on that.
Here we go. 30, guys. There we go.
Bursting out here wide. Real
got
soft
3
coverage on both
line.
sides. Yeah, they're just rushing 3, playing safe. Now we got a long ball out there to Burston. He's got it. Oh, and he just didn't come back to the ball. And there's the
we
penalty.
got a flag.
I mean, that was interference.
Yes.
That was. He bumped him before that ball got to him, and I didn't think they were going to call it, but that was pass interference.
Now that was Terrell Thomas that came back in there with the interference call.
So in high school, it's not on the spot. It's, 15 yards, but it's a first down.
Good call, Ken.
So we go from a 3rd and 30 and manage to get hopefully here a first down. We got a young man down from Braden River.
Yeah, I think he has a cramp. It looks like a cramp. Not really sure. Oh, they picked up the flag.
Oh, come on.
Terrell Thomas.
I tell you, that's
what is that?
That was the right call. He hit our receiver before the ball got to him, and
oh, that is such a huge. This, you know, I see. Well, I'm not going to go into that, but you know, we saw a lot of the make the call, wave the call off. We saw a lot of that last week too. And
the best thing we can do, guys, is we've got to forget about that series. You know how important this is going to be for the defense to come out here and to get a stop and keep them off the board. And looking for a good punt here from Freddie and doing what we can to pin them back and give our defense a shot to maybe get that turnover you're looking for, Kenny.
Yes. They just let the ball bounce here. I don't see them doing anything different.
So you have Tyrone Collins back there and McDaniel's back there, Knowledge McDaniel. Osborne snaps this one, but beautiful snap. Manriquez drive a low kick, and it's going to roll, and it takes a terrible hop, but then eventually rolls down to about the 25-yard line. So really got a decent roll out of that. And now Braden Rivers will start with 1:25 remaining in the third quarter. Time for that Palmetto D to rise up.
Well, we really have to here, guys, because we really can't get behind 2 scores, but we're going to go to Tom Porter on the sideline.
He's coming back towards the ball when the ball's underthrown. He's getting to the right spot, but at the point of the catch, he's kind of getting the short arms, getting those dinosaur arms, and not going up and snatching that ball. I've got to work on that. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Tom. Now Helper hands this one off. A nice stick. Wow.
Houston?
And then
that's going to be Houston and
Houston
also number 30.
and Reese Lyons.
I think that's Reese Lyons. Yes,
Reese
sir.
Lyons, yep. Defensive end.
Yeah, Reese Lyons kind of took an inside Texas. He came into the inside. They must have run a little Texas twist there. But anyway, made a huge tackle back there for about a half-yard gain. Helper's got this one in the backfield, and he's looking for the sideline, throws it out there late. Great route by Knowledge McDaniel. And so he's going to be down there, first down.
Yeah, it looks like our corner had him covered, but then he took just a little inside slant to go for the ball and makes the catch for the first down.
Yeah, we've seen McDaniel, Knowledge McDaniel runs excellent routes, and he's an interesting-looking receiver at about 6 foot and probably about 220 out there. It almost looks like a tight end out there wide. Now Helper has this one. He's got the tight end in the backfield with him there. They move a little early, no call, and then that's going to be a huge run there, tackled there by number 34 on the play. And 34, that's going to be Jaquavis Davis coming up and making the tackle.
A huge hole there, guys, on the right side of that Tiger defense, but luckily we were able to come up there and make a sure-handed tackle, but we're about to go to the end of this third quarter, and down by 7, we've got to make a stop.
All right, time for the fourth quarter here. So at the end of the third, your Palmetto Tigers trail this one 17-10. We're going to check into our studio tower here and get some totals from Steven Johnson. He's working on his calculator, his abacus, and he's counting past 11, so he's taking his shoes off. So he's working feverishly on the stats here for us. No pressure.
No pressure.
While he does that, I want to talk about one of our great sponsors, a winner. Like Steve is a winner too. Boyd Insurance and Investment Services, winner of the People's Choice Best Insurance Agency in Manatee County Award, providing the coverage you need and a name you can trust. Serving Manatee County since 1974. Boyd Insurance and Financial Services. Well, it's time now with a 2nd and 6 for the Palmetto Tiger defense to step up. Now, Ken, let's have some totals.
Yes. For the Tigers, they've run the ball 15 times, managed just 40 yards, 13 of 19 through the air for 95 yards, just for 135 yards total tonight. Braden River, on the other hand, 23 times rushing the ball for 162 yards, 9 of 12 passing for 139 yards. They have more passing yards than we have total offense. Total 301 to 135. So the difference I see here in the third quarter is, to Braden River's credit, they played mistake-free ball. You know, they have kept us in the game by giving us some gifts, and we've been opportunistic, and there were no gifts in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And that's what good teams do. I mean, good teams, they try to limit those mistakes. You know, that's been a focal point for Braden River, and we've got to come up with something offensively to get into the end zone, and it starts up front, Kenny. It starts up front. We've got to give Bubba and our other backs.
And it may be something that our defense makes happen with a turnover or a special teams for them to finish it out again.
Knowledge McDaniel over here wide with Kuntz, and they check things over on the sideline. Helper's back there, and he's back there with big Deshaun Fenwick. 2nd and about 4. Shotgun snap, handoff, Fenwick, jump cut, once again, middle of the field, goes for a first down.
Yeah, this is becoming a critical drive. They're now at midfield and moving the chains, and we can ill afford going down 2 scores on this.
No, you're right, Kenny. We just have to try to get those linebackers up there and help out our D-line a little bit, because we're unable to tackle him on the first try.
All right, McDaniel's out here wide, one receiver out to the left, tight end in the slot, and this time there's that jump cut, driving to the sideline. This time he's going to go for a 3-yard loss. Good job by Andrew Duncan coming across the line, blowing that one up.
And that's what we're going to have to do every play here if we're going to get them off the field.
From here on out, and somehow figure out how to get a turnover here so that we can ignite our offense.
So big play. Now that brings up a 2nd and about 14. Looking down the line, McDaniel is out wide. Kuntz on the slot, and there's a stoppage of play, and that one's going to be a timeout by Braden River. So with 10 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter, it will come out of this timeout with a big 2nd and 14.
You know, we only have 10:59 left in this game, and sometimes you look at that as being a lot of time, but really it's not a lot of time if we have to score twice. You know, and we've seen the difficulties of trying to move the ball on this Pirate defense. We can't say it enough. This is a huge series for this defense, and we're going to have to try to get Braden River off the field and give our offense an opportunity to tie this game up. But let's focus on knowledge.
Yes,
let's focus on Fenwick.
It's a passing situation, and he's the bread and butter guy.
We've got Sam Pasco out there, Lester Johnson, Charles Miller on the line, changing things up. He throws this one down the sideline, wide open. McDaniel catches it. He's at the 20, breaks the tackle, and he's gone for the touchdown.
I mean, we called the play here. You know, if they were passing, they were going to throw to this side, and you just laid it up there for them. And oh, that one hurt.
Yeah, that's. I'm not going to call that the dagger, but it's a huge. It's a knife wound. It's a cut. Painful.
Yeah, we're bleeding. Yeah. We're bleeding pretty good right now. It's not over, but that one hurts.
Now Braden River is trying to extend this to 24 points. Right now it stands 23-10, 10:49 on the clock. Toma's going to await the snap here, and the snap is going to be by Taylor Pawlikowski, the middle linebacker, long snapper. Helper's going to be back there holding this one. High snap. It's down. It's up. It's good. So now the Braden River Pirates lead this one by 14, 24-10.
Well, I think for the kickoff here, special teams has really got to work hard on hitting somebody, blocking somebody, and keeping their hands on the block, and trying to do what we can to get some good field position here.
Yeah, what I would consider the last ever since they kicked it to LaJonte, they'd kicked it back there in the same spot, and our guys standing there waiting for it. Why don't we put LaJonte back there and let him field that kickoff, and let's see what he can do. We need a spark right now, and let's see what they do here.
Yeah, and that's something that could flip things rapidly here. There's 10 minutes and 49 seconds, and from about the 15-yard line, it take Jonte about
back there now
8 seconds to take this thing to the end zone and change things up here.
It'll be interesting to see if they pick up on that. He's back there by himself in the middle of the field. Herman was always playing over on would be our side of the field.
I would expect that he's probably going to chip this one up high to Herman White, and we saw Herman White last week show that he's got great speed also. But Toma is now waiting for this one. The referees did blow the whistle. Play is live. 10 minutes and 49 seconds, tons of time here in the fourth quarter. Toma approaches. He kicks a very high kick, and there it is to Herman White. Let it go out of bounds there, Herman. Boy, lucky bounce. Herman White cuts it up. Look at this. He's got a play, and really heads-up play by Herman.
We have a flag down.
Oh, come on. All right.
I don't know. Usually that's going to be a hold or blocking the back or something against the.
But as you saw on that, Herman, you wanted that ball to go out of bounds, and then he stayed with it, and it really had a great Braden River bounce. But he was heads up, picked it up, and almost creased him. But there's, of course, a flag on the play.
We're going to go to Tom Porter.
But it's getting pretty chippy out here on the field. After that last touchdown, the Braden River coaching staff ran to the middle of the field and were yelling over to the coaching staff of the Tigers. Not really sure what's going on, but we know that the kids are going to follow what the coaches are doing, so hopefully they keep it under control and we don't have any careless penalties at the end of this game here. Back to you.
Spot on as always, Tom Porter, our sideline reporter. We couldn't agree more with Tom up here in the box. Marino has this one under center. And he has, looks like Wester in motion. No, and he's got the, wow, look at the speed all the way to the 37-yard line.
Okay.
Now that's how you run the jet sweep right there.
That's how you run it. Absolutely.
And, and I asked for that during the first half because I think we've got to take our fastest, our most skilled players out here, no matter what, and just try to match up here as best we can because it's going to take plays like that to get us back into this game.
Jonte Wester single out here wide right, and then you have wide left Goodman, and you've got Osborne across in motion, comes back to block, and he gets a nice block, and that drives forward.
He's still moving.
Look at him, he's still going. It's Butler. He's at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 5-yard line. How did he do that?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Wow. He does not go down. I mean, he's like a cat.
Okay.
He's really unbelievable.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, if I was, I would not want to have to worry about him as a defensive coordinator.
But now we
He
got to
just
finish.
scares you to death.
We've
We've got to put this in a box here.
Good gracious, what a
My
run.
goodness.
Unbelievable. But I tell you what, I would not hand him the ball right now. He looks extremely tired, to be honest with you guys. I would try something here.
9:53.
They're playing off over on a receiver.
Marino's got it. Sends receiver in motion, and it's Butler, and he goes forward. You know, and Bubba Butler was tired.
Yes.
He is. I mean, that was a physical run. He got pounded. He was able to stay up and was able to pick up some serious yardage here, but he needs to come out and take a breather.
Yeah, I really believe that Butler could run a sprint underneath a ping pong table.
That is well put. That's exactly how he runs
I think
the ball.
He could start
under a ping pong table
and not miss a stride. It's crazy how that young man can run so low to the ground. Marino takes it, hands the ball off. Big hit in the middle of the field. Butts Butler, and very close first down. And Lester Johnson is out there blocking on the play. And
I would bring in EJ or Johnny or somebody right now.
Yeah, here comes Elijah Davis is coming into the backfield.
I mean, great job.
Round of applause here for Butler as he comes to the sideline. What a spark. 8 minutes and 50 seconds. 3rd and 3, according to the scoreboard. Looks a little closer than that.
We just need some push up front, guys.
Marino takes it under center, and that's going to be Elijah, and he's taking it for the score. So with 8 minutes and 34 seconds, Elijah Davis, great blocking on the right side of the line by Ingram over there in Gullett, and Palmetto Tigers are right back in it.
A great little counter play there. You know, starts off on the left side, he cuts back to the right side. Huge hole waiting for him, and that's a way to answer. So let's get this extra point and pull within 7.
All right, Duncan is going to snap this one. Marino holds it. Oh, nice kick. And it's up and good. So with 8:34 now, there's a penalty after the play.
I've been seeing this the last few plays. Tempers, I should say, are really getting high out there. We're seeing a lot of activity after the play is dead. I don't know who that call is going to be on. I'm going to go to Tom Porter real quick on the sideline. I think Tom is going to wait till the end.
We're going to pick up Tom. He's looking at the play here. That's going to be a personal foul there on Braden River.
So that's going to put us kicking the ball off from their 45-yard line. So
we know where it's going.
Well, we know where it's going anywhere, but this could there could be some strategy here. Onside. It's probably too early to onside, but something maybe to look for a turnover. Way to get the ball. Sky kick. There's lots of things you could do here.
So Manriquez is going to put this one at the Braden River 45. And, we all believe, slight wind at his back here, we all believe that he could probably drive this through the uprights.
Well, they're going to have to get somebody out there on 14th Avenue to try to find this ball if they let him kick it.
So I think that the Palmetto Tiger coaching staff's decided that, hey, we're going to kick this one out of the end zone and play defense. And Freddie is taking a long approach, which generally shows that he's going to kick it long. But let's see. Lining up, and he crushes it. And that one is going to be out of the end zone. So that's a touchback. Braden River will have to take this one from the 20-yard line. Great series for that Palmetto Tiger
series.
offense.
The offense answered with the big play, and then they pushed it in. So that's all you can ask for, Rick.
No, I agree. And, what we've got to do, and the defense just really got to dig deep here. Forget about that last series. Try to regroup and once again, do what we can do to get this offense off the field. This is critical time now that we don't allow them to chew up a lot of time on the clock.
All right, Helper has Fenwick in the backfield. Running behind that tight end over there, cuts it back to that side, and that's going to go for a 9-yard gain. That's not exactly what the Palmetto defense wanted to have happen on first down.
Yeah, he's got to be pushing 200 yards tonight, rushing the ball.
Well, I mean, yeah, he has just an awesome offensive line that has been opening up holes for him all night, and then with his ability to cut back and just a great offensive unit out there for Braden River.
Boy, nobody covering a receiver over here, and he hands it off to Fenwick, goes for the first down, and so that's a first down for Braden River. Clock's down to 7 minutes and 55 seconds here in the fourth.
To the Tigers' defensive credit, he's a handful to bring down. We talked about it all night, but they put up over 500 yards last week against Venice. So that's where this frustration may be coming in, because they're not moving it like they have in their 2 other games they had. So kudos to our defense, but we need to stop.
Boy, over here looks like that Kuntz is uncovered, and we have Buchanan over here with Knowledge McDaniel. This time he hands it off to Fenwick, makes a cut there, works his way around Latone Martinez and Duncan, but only a gain of about 2 on the play.
I don't see him. I saw that too, Brian, and I don't see him throwing the ball unless they really have to, because they're going to run the clock out.
Yeah, and I was just thinking that, Kenny, but we've seen their ability to throw the ball at will. So I think if they get to a third down situation, 3rd and long maybe.
Yes.
Palmetto changes it up, kind of a scary look there at the line of scrimmage. The Thompson is playing tight over there with Buchanan. Now they're both dropping back in coverage. Duncan's creeping up. We're bringing him. Knowledge gets the ball out there. There's a block in the back, no call. And then he goes down the sideline, and he's going to have a stiff arm, and it's going to be down at the 39-yard line.
I don't know how they missed it, but they did. No call. So a big play for Braden River, and this is, once again, we go back. The receivers are blocking our corners, and every time Knowledge gets the ball, we have just one corner up there, and if he can't make a tackle, our next player is 5 to 10 yards away.
And he's not doing anything flashy. He's just running down the field. He's a very gifted athlete, but they're very easy to figure out what they're going to do, and until we figure out how to stop it,
well, the first thing is we're a good 7 yards off of Knowledge when he catches the ball. He's already getting
full speed,
and you can't take him down.
Yeah, he's a load. He's a load. He's kind of built somewhere between a running back and a fullback, and he's out there playing wide receiver, and he's very good catching the ball with his hands, runs crisp routes, and very hard to tackle, uses the stiff arm. It looks like a running back out there once he catches
and he's
the ball.
very good with the yards after the catch too. He's just a complete player, right? If I was coaching their offense, I would Coach Bradley over there. I'd know he's a good guy. I'd be doing the exact same thing, just till we figure out how to stop him. We just need something here, a nice gift.
Yeah, based on his skill set, I would have him in that, out there in space. And then the other thing I would do is have him as a slot back, wing back, on a flex bone action, and they do both. So it's I think the coaching staff over there noticed his skill set and kind of, they have an offense that it kind of is tailored. It's not necessarily tailored around his skill set, but he's a perfect fit, a cog, a keystone in that, in that wheel. I mean, he's a perfect fit for what they do.
And the scary thing for us is that he's just a junior. He plays like a senior, but he's just a junior, and we'll have to deal with him again next year.
Now we get a good look here at that huge offensive line for Braden River. And Helper takes it. There was movement all over the place and no call. Now he's got the edge there, first down, and he's going to be a huge gain on the play.
There's holds there, gentlemen, but we're going to forget about that because it wasn't called. But we just got huge holes for him to run through, and that's almost impossible to stop.
They were moving.
Well, if you can hold, yeah, absolutely, and you
right,
get
exactly.
you get a little split-second head start before the snap.
Yeah, they were definitely moving before the play on that by
that's
2
been going
players.
on all game. We're
So
just
first
not
and
getting
10. Gosh, and first 10 from the 20. And it's a Wildcat formation with McDaniel back there. Looks for the right side of the field. He breaks a tackle or two. Goes for about a 7-yard gain. Knowledge McDaniel.
Yeah,
and that's the problem right now. We're not able to bring him down on that first hit.
yeah, they're getting 5, 6, 7 yards a clip, and you got second and third and short. That opens the playbook and it makes it easy to move the chains.
Yeah, we're not stalemating them at the line of scrimmage. They're getting pushed. Those guys are 2 yards down the field, on the defensive side of the ball. Getting a lot of push tonight from that Braden River offensive line. Knowledge McDaniel takes out shotgun. High snap. Ball's on the ground. Tigers chase. And McDaniel has it there. So that's a big loss. That's a huge play. And that's going to be right at the cusp of Toma's field goal range, Ken.
Yes,
right there, it's going to be very close to being outside of the range of Toma.
They almost gave us a third gift there of the evening, but we could just hope and pray that they're going to be a little more opportunistic for us. But we almost got it. Almost got it.
Not having any defensive type experience here, but I'm telling you right now, I'm putting somebody over there. I'm double teaming Knowledge on this.
Yeah, that's where they're going.
All right, Tigers, don't jump off sides. It is third and a bunch here for Helper. And he's back there with Fenwick in the backfield. Looks at him on a straight little out. And, oh, my goodness, that's terrible. And Knowledge McDaniel still going for touchdown.
And that's why I just would bring him up. I want to bump him with something off the line, Kenny, and I want to have that safety over top. I mean, that's just me, just looking at what we're seeing.
I'd put Lester Johnson out there to slow him down in that area where you can bump him, like you said. And
that was way too easy.
Yeah.
Now a stop on that play right there, and that had been a very difficult field goal opportunity for Toma, but. That is a 30-17 lead here by Braden River with only 4 minutes, 42 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Taylor Kidakowski's going to snap this one back. And Toma gets it, nearly blocked, but it's up and good. So now with 4:42, Braden River leads this one 31-17. 14-point lead.
Yeah, we had them 3rd and 15, and we're not able to put them away.
They've run that play
all night.
I mean, at least 7 or 8 times already, and we're 7 yards off of him, and it's just. And we're going to go to Tom Porter on the sideline.
Hey guys, number 15's been killing us all night. Obviously, everybody can see that. What the fans at home might not be able to see is the size of this kid. He's a big kid. He reminds me of David Boston. You remember from about 15, 20 years ago. Great receiver for the Cardinals in the NFL. He was fast like a receiver, but he's strong. This kid is stiff arming and breaking these tackles because he's a pretty hefty kid. Big upper body, big lower body, just a fire hydrant trying to tackle this guy. Back to you.
Thank you, Tom. Once again, some remarkable insight from Tom Porter, our sideline reporter. Now Toma's going to kick this one off. We have Wester back there, and Pisano is back there, and behind him is Jonte Wester. So we've got Pisano, Wester, and Herman White back there to receive. Toma's going to kick this one short, and this would be a great opportunity for that Palmetto Tigers special teams unit to make a house call. Toma's approaching the ball. Short, high kick. It's going to be fielded there by Herman White. Looks for the outside, breaks one tackle, but he's going to be tackled there. And so tackled at the 22-yard line. So now the clock is winding down. 4 minutes 35 remaining. Palmetto needs to score and score quickly.
Yeah, we just need we need another big play somehow to get down the field and we just the clock is becoming our enemy here very quick.
Coach Marino is giving his offensive unit a little bit of advice here before they go on the field, and like you said, Brian, we've got to score very quick.
If you got some If you got something in the bag you've had tucked away, it's time to pull it out of the bag. We've got 3 receivers here, Marino, Wester, and Goodman on this sideline. Spicer wide. Little bubble out there to Derek, and he had to go down to the knees to catch that one. So he's going to be down after about a 2-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, we may want to try to fake that and go deep, you know. And
yeah, that might be what we're setting up here. You wonder about the play. Might be looking for some kind of hitch and go off of that same action. 3 receivers off here to the right, 1 single out there to the left. And this time they look and throw it out there again to Derek Marino. Catches the ball inbounds. Clock remains. Rolls forward, so it's a gain of about 5 yards on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 5. 2-down territory here for the Tigers with only 3 minutes and 54 seconds remaining on the clock. Chasing off, starts on the left sideline, switches over there to the right side of the Tiger line, matching up over there with Eric Porter. Now stepping back, stepping up is Marino, looking in the middle field and breaks a tackle. Nifty run, 40-yard line, first down, Anthony Marino.
Good heads-up play there by our quarterback, Marino, but picks up the first down, but also gets out of bounds, stops the clock, so we can regroup here.
Smart play, Anthony Marino. 3 receivers out here on the left, bursting wide. Marino has Goodman over here. He's looking to the left, steps up again. Oh, good block by Eric Porter. Down, moves to the right, waiting for a block, and it's nearly picked off. Tried to come back across the middle and find Butler. And then big hit on the middle of the field. I think Micah Matthews actually decleated someone in the middle of the field there.
Defensive back. Airborne.
Wow. What a hit.
Talking about the safety?
Yeah, well, I saw.
Or did he hit a linebacker?
Yeah, I saw. I think it was Chase Knopf got blasted from the backside there. Now we have Marino back in the shotgun. 3 receivers out here wide. Burston out there, very soft cushion. Goodman in motion.
Oh.
And there's a penalty. They're going to say that false start against the Tigers.
We've got to calm down our tempers too, because it'll afford a penalty here, especially a personal foul penalty. And
okay, it's offsides on Braden River. Did anybody see that was offsides on Braden River?
I didn't see it, but
we'll take it.
Okay.
It's not against us,
so we'll take it. 3 minutes 17 remain here in the 4th. Palmetto trails this one 31-17. Marino in the backfield. Out of the shotgun, 3 receivers bunch formation. Derek Marino goes motion right to left. Looks to the middle of the field, stepping up, throws the long ball, and it's way out of bounds over here. So 3 minutes and 11 seconds remaining on the clock. Palmetto Tigers have a big 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, and I know why he wants to go to Jonte, because Jonte is a playmaker, but he's got double coverage there, and it was good for Anthony that ball did sail out of bounds, because they were definitely on Jonte. Great coverage by Braden River, and they know we have to pass it.
Yes.
And that defense is waiting.
And Spicer's not in the game to offset the coverage, so our best guy is going to catch the extra coverage.
All right, 3rd and 5. A biggie here. Marino looks, middle of the field, steps back, throws a dart right there. Great route by David Burston. What a rip of a throw that was. Just a simple square in, and brother DJ Varnador has texted me, said looks like their running back moves a little before the ball is hiked.
We see it too, DJ.
There's no doubt about it, DJ.
They've been doing it all night.
Hang in there, DJ. Marino now looks for the middle of the field, steps up. He's got a running lane there. Nice wheels by Anthony Marino. Takes a big hit inside the 20 into the Superior Asphalt red zone.
A little slow getting out. Come on, Anthony.
Get up.
Come on, Anthony. He took a big hit at the end of that play, helmet to helmet.
You might want to take one play off, Anthony, run Jonte in, and run right back in there on 2nd down. But it looks like he shaked things off. He's got 2 receivers on both sides of the field. Now Elijah Davis in the backfield. Marino looks, steps up middle field, nice job, keeps it, runs down the sideline. He's all the way down to the 8-yard line. That's a first down, fellas.
That's a great job, Anthony Marino. I tell you, what a tough kid he is.
Especially after taking a huge hit on the play before. What a gutsy run and heads up by getting out of bounds.
Still doesn't hesitate, Kenny. Still doesn't hesitate to run, doing everything he can to get his team in the end zone.
Knows where the first down marker is, knows when to get out of bounds. Just a very in-control field manager here, doing a great job. Shook off a big hit, showing moxie here, driving the Tigers down the field. 3 receivers out there on the left, bursting out here, single coverage. Oh, and we got a false start. What do we got? We got offsides.
Matthews was trying to get
offsides.
The defense was offsides, and Lee Matthews was trying to tell the referee that, and I believe he succeeded.
Yeah, and Ethan Ingram was about to come unglued there. He knew that they were encroached on his side of the line there, and he was very happy about the call. And so that indeed was encroachment on the defense there, so that is going to be 5-yard penalty.
Well, that's going to put us down
8, so about the 4-yard line.
3 or 4,
yeah. It's going to be half.
We got to punch this thing in.
So with 2 minutes, 19 minutes remaining, Palmetto Tigers trail this one 31-17, driving down here. Great drive for the Tigers. Anthony Marino looking well. We got a little stoppage of play here on the field now. All right, getting a little extra time here, but now we have Wester out there. Derek Marino is out there wide, and Butler is out here in the seam. No way that linebacker can cover him. Look for a little post corner action, but there he is. Oh, he had Butler open. Now he threw the ball.
Oh, he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Just a little out of bounds.
So Elijah Davis ran a route over here and just missed him. And so it brings up a 2nd and 5.
We got a flag on the play as well.
Personal foul.
Roughing the passer.
So that's a first
down. Tigers.
And half the distance probably.
So the ball is going to be at about the 1.5 yard line, I would guess. Bo was at the 4, so let's make it the 2.
It's a first down inside the
inside
2-yard line here. We've got to punch this thing in.
So now there's a
timeout.
stoppage play, and I did want to talk about Superior Asphalt because there's timeout. Braden River, Superior Asphalt, superior quality, superior service, Superior Asphalt. Superior has built a rock-solid reputation in the Manatee, Sarasota County areas for over a decade. Superior Asphalt. Well, we're in the red zone, guys, knocking on the door. It is 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. May not want to try to waste a running play here because if you've got the clock, you're fighting against that. Probably 3 throws into the end zone. Maybe have a little naked bootleg action with Marino so he has the option to either run it or throw it. But you don't want to really have a stoppage of play short of the goal line.
No, and I really like that last formation they were in. They had a lot of speed out there, and I don't see that formation coming out here. It does look like a running formation that they have on the field right now, and they've got some big beef out there.
Yeah,
hopefully will open up some holes. Got EJ out there as their tailback. 1 receiver to the right is all I see. What do you see, Brian?
Yeah, just bursting his
we've got our
to the right here. We're pinning
Rhino because we got Lester's playing fullback.
Lester Johnson in the H-back. Big Eric Porter's moved to guard on this play on the left side, and nothing there. We run right, no gain on the play. Clock's winding. 2 minutes and 4 seconds.
You've got to get up there and call a play here.
You got to. I mean, I know what EJ's trying to do, but you got to put your head down and try to get into.
We're burning too much clock here.
Yeah, and this is not good for us. And now they're bringing that receiver package back out here, but we're burning serious time.
Yeah, I like that look over there with our slot receiver against that linebacker out there. That's going to be Jonte Wester versus the linebacker out there in coverage. And so what you want to do is hold up with Marino over there on a hook and run Jonte to the corner. So we got a stoppage of play here, and that's going to be a timeout. Braden River.
I don't know if they have any more now.
Last time out of the game, so they burned that one, and that's big for Palmetto here. With 1 minute and 32 seconds, they stopped the clock for us, and so a really big 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 2 here.
It's only 2nd down. I think our down and distance is wrong.
Yeah, it is only second down. We've got
second-
third on the clock and three. I
Second
think
and
it's a
three.
second and three is what we've got here. Good call. Now they did change the marker over there. You know, they must be listening to Tiger Vision on the cell phone. But it is a big, important drive here for the Tigers. 3rd and 3. This is a critical play. We've got Ingram out here wide, Matthews out here to the right, Gullet on the line, Valet, and then Eric Porter is out there at left tackle. Marino has Butler in the backfield with him. Now he's going to line out wide. Now Marino, Butler in motion, jet sweep. That's going to be a touchdown.
Yeah.
That's stealing.
Get your hands up.
Come on.
Get your hands up.
Come on.
You
So
kidding
they're
me?
saying he's down inches short of the goal line there, and I.
Well, I mean, I guess we're not going to call a timeout, but we got to
No,
hurry up
we've
here.
got to punch. It's 3rd. Is it 4th down or?
Okay, they're calling it 4th and about a yard to go. This is a big one. Anthony takes quarterback sneak, nothing there, drives forward and pushes for the
Still see nothing.
no signs from the officiating crew. Touchdown!
Touchdown.
Palmetto Tigers. Boy,
Oh, that was a lot of work for a couple of yards. But we got the score.
whew,
So
that was,
guys, I know we only have 57 seconds left. We still have an opportunity with the onside, and maybe we get the ball
have to.
back. But I will say this, and these young men may not look at it this way, but this, to me, should be a heck of a confidence booster in the way that we have played this game tonight against a team that has absolutely dominated us the last 4 years.
Oh, embarrassed. Running clocks.
57 seconds remaining. Good snap, good hold, good kick. The Palmetto Tigers trail in this one, 31-24, 57 seconds. Now, special coach Robbie Stevenson is going to have to draw one up over here on the sideline.
Yeah, it's going to come down to getting your hands group out there and our kicker executing. I know when they play on Sundays, it's a very small percentage of the time that you can actually pull it off, but all you need is just a crazy bounce and a couple good blocks, and and you can get the ball back here. Then that's what we're going to need. So let's see what he has dialed up.
On this side of the field, I like what we have. Looking for the high kick, we have out there Burston on the far side of the sideline for the big bounce. We've got Reese Lyons out there. Kobe Mays is out there. And I expect to see the ball kicked on the right side of the field. Lots of athletes over there for those Palmetto Tigers. Big tight end is out there waiting for this one for Braden River. Here's the kick. Oh, he's going to get a bounce. He's going to get a bounce. And it's the tight end fields that. And that was going to be 28. Travis Toby got a very fortunate Sunday hop on that one.
So do we have two
I
or
think-
three timeouts remaining?
I think we might. We took an early one at the start of the half, so I think we have 2 timeouts. So they can't get a first down, basically.
Yeah, first down will stop
over.
this
This
game.
game's over.
So Tigers hanging tough, but 55 seconds remaining on the clock, trailing this one by 7.
I mean, we need one of those gifts that we got 2 of them in the first half, and that's what it's going to come down here to, because
So
we need 7 points.
Here it comes. You know, you wouldn't expect to see anything other than a run to Deshaun Fenwick here. And there's a flag on the play. What? Legal delay of game on the play on Braden River. So that's a 1st and 15. That's a big break. But
5 yards closer to their end zone.
yeah, so, you know, look for them to take this one. Helper's going to just hand this one off to Fenwick unless there's some kind of shocking surprise. So Palmetto Tigers are needed to crowd that line. They moved again early, no call. And Fenwick takes this, and he's going to make it almost to the house. He got the sideline to 40 and tackled there. I tell you
They
what.
do that every
He's done it all
play.
night, Brian.
All
It's
night
not going to be
long.
called.
He had moved a complete step before the ball. That was crazy. Moving toward the line of scrimmage, not going side in motion. That was clear. And brother DJ Varnador with his text a while ago, you were on it. He is moving early. Roll that one back on the scroll button at Tiger Vision, and you'll see what we're saying. Man, that's a huge.
All you have
that's
to
huge.
do
That's
is
5-yard penalty right there. Stops the clock.
And put it in slow motion, and you can see him moving every play.
Wow.
Yeah, all they got to do is kneel it down.
Yep, so it's the victory formation now. And so they're going to snap this one. Shotgun snap by Helper. And Palmetto calls it second timeout here, 44 seconds left. So you're just going to have to pray for a bad snap here.
Yes.
Not on this one, but the snap after this one, you're just going to have to hope for a bad snap. I tell you, that was a critical play, and the back was clearly in motion. And then a huge run on the play. But that's been going on a lot tonight. But the Palmetto Tigers hanging tough. And, you know, this snap, we're going to get another timeout, and then there's going to be one more snap, and that should be about it for this game.
You know, I'm going to have to go back and look at the film, their film against Venice, and see if he was doing it there too. I mean, I'm not making excuses, but it's so obvious.
Okay, so that's 41 seconds here. Call the timeout, so that's going to be third down. So just got to hope for a bad snap. Now this is the one where, you know, you want to go ahead as a defensive lineman. This one would be a great one for Brian Bembry or John Bembry because they get up there and crowd, and they almost can time that as the snap occurs. And, you know, you might just try to slap at the ball and get away with one here. But it comes down to this snap, and that's going to be the icing on the cake for Braden River. Really a hard-fought game here tonight. Everybody in the Palmetto Tiger crowd here staying with it. Don't see anybody exiting the stands early. They're staying here with the Tigers. Good fans here always at Palmetto High School. So 3rd and 22. And this should be it, pending a decent snap. And if you're across the line, if you're Pasco and those guys across the line, you want to bark the snap or do whatever you can. There's a good snap. He's down to a knee, and that's 39 seconds on the clock. And so that's going to be about it. Brings up a 4th down, but 29 seconds remain on the clock here. And this one's going to wind down. 24.
I don't know if they'll have to punt this thing or not.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think they're good.
Yeah, I think with the clock, that's about going to do it. How about the offsides on the offense over there? They ran off the field in front of the line of scrimmage early, but that's it. Zeros on the clock. So in this very important Class 7A District 11 game, the Palmetto Tigers at home have a loss here, 31-24. We're probably going to have Tom Porter out there talking to Coach Marino here in a second. We're going to run it down to him. And while we were watching Tom make his way to the middle of the field, I wanted Rick, what were your observations on the game?
Well, we knew that we were going to have a lot on our hands defensively, and that we were going to have to stop a very powerful running back. And we know that Fenwick gives everyone trouble. He's a D1 prospect, committed to South Carolina. He is the real deal. And, you know, at times we were able to contain him, but I just want to take the positive out of tonight's game, and hopefully the defense will see that, you know, they are able to play against Braden River, and they are able to play against Venice. And Venice, once again, you know, it's going to be a critical game for us, but they just have to find a way to keep that willpower and to stay in there and to fight for 48 minutes. Offensively, you know, we had some opportunities that we missed, but we did a great job tonight, guys. I mean, 24 points against this team. They They played hard until the very end. Once again, I hope they can just take that positive vibe and take it to Venice. We got Lakewood Ranch next week, and we can't look past them. It's homecoming, but Venice is what you circled.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to come down to Venice and our strength of schedule as we work through each week of the season. Tonight there's a lot of positives. They have basically decimated us these last 3 seasons, playing near a running clock when we thought we could compete in this district. But tonight we gave them a game, and we fought all the way down to the very end. And we got to take this as a learning experience as we get to Lakewood Ranch and eventually to Venice, and hopefully with the strength of schedule we're going to be all right one way or the other.
All right, now we're going to run it down to our sideline reporter, Tom Porter, who's out there with the coaching staff and the team. All right, Coach Marino's actually talking to the players here, and Tom is going in to hear Coach Marino.
Gentlemen, face up. Hey, man, us, them, and Venice, the 3 best teams in the state, okay? All right, we're going to see them again. We will see them again in the playoffs, all right? So we go back tomorrow morning, 8:30. We learn from our mistakes, and we move forward. You understand that? We learn from our mistakes, and we move forward. And we go get this win number 2 next week. All right? Great job. 8:30. Don't be late. Let's get ready to go.
Hey, target's on me. Target's on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Coach, tough loss, obviously. Offensively, defensively, we just seem to be in a funk today. Just things weren't rolling like they have been. What would you attribute the effort to? I mean, is it effort, or is it just execution, or?
I wouldn't call it funk. I would call that an epic game, just like Venice and Braden River last week. Braden River, Palmetto, and you get your popcorn ready because Venice and Palmetto is going to be out. I didn't see a funk at all. I saw offensive guys making plays. I saw defensive guys making plays. I mean, let's be honest, fellas. All right, 15, D1, 2, D1. Our kids fought their butts off. All right, so I didn't see any funk at all. I couldn't be more proud of a group of guys. It's a hell of a game. It's the best teams in the state. These people got their money's worth tonight.
Short. I mean, last couple of games, they blew you guys out of the water. You were more into it this year, like a lot closer. I mean, you guys are growing up, maturing.
Absolutely, absolutely, and we knew that coming in. We don't believe in all that outside noise. We knew it was going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. And like I said, they made a couple more plays than we did. All right, so we'll learn from it, and we'll get better.
How was it to stop knowledge with Daniel in the second half? He really kind of was the engine that made their offense go in the second half.
He's big, he's strong, he's fast. Okay, they don't just give D1 scholarships away. Okay, him and 2, we're not talking about D1, we're talking about elite, top 5 conference D1 players. And our kids stood toe-to-toe with those guys. We'll be fine.
Big game tonight. What's the message to the team going in?
Team going into what?
Next week, yeah, to the next district game.
We learned from our mistakes today, and we go get district win number 2, and then we go get district win number 3, and then hopefully we get a chance to see these guys in the playoffs later on. This is why they created the new playoff format, so that you're not getting runner-ups getting blown out by 40. You're going to see, one of us is going to get in as a wild card. Somebody's getting in as a champ, and somebody's getting in as a 2 seed. That hasn't been determined yet. All right, wait till we play Venice.
Thanks, Coach. Tiger fans, obviously, Coach is talking about the new playoff structure. And in years past, we've been in that same situation in a tough district with Venice, Braden River, and we've been the odd man out the last 2 years running. With this new point system, like Coach is saying, we got a shot to win next week and get some more points and get in, maybe even be the champion at this point. Who knows? Braden River's got a loss. Venice next week, hopefully we'll have a loss, and we'll have, be right in the thick of things. And points-wise, we're scoring well. We've beat some good teams. Hopefully that continues, and we're looking at the playoffs again this year. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
So long from Burley Stadium, the Pirates with a big district win.
Thank you very much, Tom, and I appreciate what you're doing for us. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank the Tiger Vision crew here, Christian McClanahan, Nick Batchelder, and Kent Tucker, Bill Britt on the cameras tonight, stats by Steve Johnson. Hey, and shout-outs to Mark Sousa watching us with his nephew Tommy up in Seneca, South Carolina. Palmetto grads Bill Davis, Lauren Shackford viewing from Tallahassee, and my son Jordan Varnador viewing from Alabama, and the rest of the Tiger Vision fan base that view us from various locations across the U.S. and abroad. Really, gentlemen, if you have anything, let's talk about the final totals here. They don't actually. The score, we lose 31-24. The stats show a different story. Rushing game for the Tigers is 15 totes for 40 yards. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one here. They all look the same. 25 rushes, 167 yards. That sounds a whole lot better. 16 for 25 on the passing, so we were balanced, 25 rush, 25 passes, but just 117 through the air, 284 yards total for the Palmetto Tigers tonight. Braden River, 1-2 punch from on the rushing 33 for 222 yards. And then passing just 12 of 16, but Knowledge McDaniel catching the bulk of that for 247 yards and a couple of scores. So 469 yards, total yards. Sounds impressive, but they put up over 500 last week against Venice and lost the game. So that's what we got to hope for. All right. And so, Rick, as we close down another episode of Tiger Vision here, I just wanted to say tonight's final score: your Palmetto High Tigers 24, the Braden River Pirates 31. Tiger fans, be sure to join us again Friday night, October 13th at 7:15 p.m. as we face Lakewood Ranch at home for another important district game here in the jungle at Harley Stadium in Palmetto. My broadcast partners, Mr. Rick Wells, Ken Burton Jr., and I, along with the production staff of Tiger Vision via PalmettoHighSports.com, wish you a very safe weekend. Go Tigers.